into the NFL that no one that loved the sport ever wanted to be the NFL. The problem with college football is that the people who have their controls on the sport don't love the game. Now we've got nonsense proposals about 28-team playoffs. What made college football so unique and special, what made college football separate from the NFL made it great, in that every game was a playoff. Your phone would buzz, my phone would buzz, Liam's phone would buzz. Oh, my God, Ohio State is losing to Akron in the third quarter. Because we knew that loss would end their season. Oh, my God, Northern Illinois is taking the field to beat Notre Dame at the very end. Here's the field goal. Why? Because that would ruin Notre Dame's season. You know, we're watching Ohio State, Texas today. What was really on the line there? Nothing. Unless Texas lost 56-0, then maybe they could lose one or two more games the rest of the year to still get into the playoff. Today's game really didn't matter. Ohio State versus Michigan should come with no safety net. When the Maize and Blue takes on Ohio State, the loser of that game should be done. College football was at its best when that was the case. And then you have this problem. And this is the thing to me that I was teasing to you. That
we interrupt our regular programming for this special live sports presentation.
This is Sports Radio 96.7, and this is high school football at its very best.
It is blocked, and it is Archer who picks it up. He's heading for the end zone. Will he get it? What is a championship? Forget it. Andre Coleman takes it into the end zone.
Myers back to pass. Pump fake. Looks. Throws. Long near side. Get a man open. McCoy caught it. Gone by 1 yard. The Pharaoh Steelers are your 2019 state champions!
It's the game that separates the men from the boys, and it's happening right now.
Tonight, our high school football coverage returns to Sports Radio 96.7 as we feature a Mercer County showdown as the Sharpsville Blue Devils host the Greenville Trojans.
Our 2025-26 high school sports broadcasts on Sports Radio 96.7 are sponsored by Bill McCandless Ford, located in Mercer and Meadville. The Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, but the service that makes them better. Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Serving giant subs since 1973. Meadville Medical Center. Your independent community health system. Shell Restoration. The area's leading installer for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. St. Paul's in Greenville. And the Ridgewood at Shenango Valley Senior Living Communities. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking but better. Attorney Bill Motor. Excellence, experience, and integrity. UPMC Health System. Changing healthcare, changing lives. Mercer County State Bank. Community-minded since 1911. Mancino's Driving School, where safe driving starts. Vay's Pub and Grill. Make it special. Make it Vay's. The Sharon American Legion Post 299. Strong advocates for veterans and their families. Warner's Homes and Improvements. Making dreams come true since 1958. Hermitage Rotary Club, offering hope for those struggling with prescription opioids. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. DK Auto LLC in Grove City, specializing in Southern vehicles up to $15,000. The Laundryman, helping you spend time doing what you love, not laundry. Reed and Daly Associates, providing accounting and income tax services for over 30 years. Minuteman Press in Hermitage, specializing in digital print, design, and promotional services. Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding, offering exterior upgrades online at pennohiorc.com. Sharon Community Health Center, providing compassionate and affordable health care. 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in fuel delivery. Please thank these outstanding sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts throughout the season on News Talk 790 WPIC and Sports Radio 96.7.
Now it's time to go to the field with our countdown to kickoff show with our game announcers, Ryan Briggs and Kolten Hoffman.
And we are live tonight here at Sharpsville High School, one of the oldest rivalries in Mercer County, a series that dates back 115 years, will be renewed tonight as the Sharpsville Blue Devils host the Greenville Trojans. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs here, along with Kolten Hoffman. We have Lee Gross on our camera tonight for Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live. Aaron Biro is in the studio producing this evening's game. Bringing my partner, Kolten Hoffman. Kolten, good evening. Glad to be reunited with you. Should be a lot of fun here tonight at McCracken Field.
Yeah, absolutely. Two county rivals going at it. Both teams coming off an opening week loss, looking to get in the win column. So there's a lot to play for tonight.
You know, both teams, as you said, coming off of defeats last week. But often teams make their biggest improvements from week 1 to 2. I expect to see that from both teams tonight.
Well, I would agree. And it's been quite a while since we've gone to this one scrimmage format in Pennsylvania high school sports, and I think it really makes a difference, especially for a young team. I really think some of the younger teams will be playing a much different brand of football 3 or 4 weeks into the season than what you see early in the season. And we'll see which team can make a big jump tonight as opposed to last weekend.
And you mentioned young, and that's the watchword with this Sharpsville team. A team over half of the roster is sophomores. You look at the starting lineup, a few seniors and juniors sprinkled in, but it is a sophomore-heavy team. Greenville, a little bit more of an experienced squad. In fact, quite a bit more experienced than are the Blue Devils. And you wonder, how that will play out tonight here. Sharpsville, the home opener, certainly probably some extra nerves. Greenville on the road. How will the Trojans handle being on the road for the first time?
Right. Greenville opened at home last week and fell to Wilmington in a hard-fought battle. Could be a matchup you see in about 3 months, but Greenville on the road for the first time, Sharpsville at home for the first time, so new experiences for both teams tonight, and we'll see which one settles in early and can get off to a good start.
We will take a break. When we come back, we will talk about the teams with the 21st Century Energy Group starting lineups, and we'll visit with the head coaches. More pregame from Sharpsville High School coming up after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Daily Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Buell Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
My son Colin, he just turned 19. He bought Xanax off of social media. It was laced with fentanyl, and he never woke up.
We're in the midst of a fentanyl crisis. We're seeing substances, marijuana, cocaine, Xanax pressed with fentanyl. Fentanyl is extremely potent. One pill pressed with fentanyl is enough to kill you.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
Hello, Shell Restoration. May I help you? Hello?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep. Or the part that tells me what button to press.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate, 800-663-8103, or look for @Shell Restoration on Facebook.
Choose exceptional care with Dr. Douglas McKay, MD, an esteemed obstetrician gynecologist based in Mercer. With over 20 years of experience and recognized for his compassionate approach, Dr. McKay is a trusted name in women's health. Dr. McKay is now accepting new patients at his new office located at 315 South Erie Street, Mercer. Call 724-662-4155 to schedule an appointment. Discover more about Dr. McKay's expertise and the services he offers by visiting mmchs.org.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Visit them online at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
We're back here at Sharpsville High School's McCracken Field on a crystal clear Saturday night. Temperature in the 60s. We'll be down in the 50s by the time we wrap up this one tonight. The 84th all-time meeting between Sharpsville and Greenville. Series that dates back to 1910. Kolten, when these two schools first played, there were only 46 states in the union. So certainly a lot has changed. And what has not changed is the great tradition. The football is important in both these communities. And the way this crowd's filing in, they're coming out in droves tonight.
Yes, it's a great crowd showing up tonight. And, there's some football history at each of these schools, and always exciting when you get to see them square off.
So we said last week, Greenville opening at home, a 21-7 loss to Wilmington. The Trojans jumped out to a 7-0 lead, but Wilmington was able to get the ground game going. Ended up great. Greyhounds ran for 300 yards last week. And aside from the yardage, which is certainly very significant, able to control the clock, 55 plays to 39, keeping an explosive Greenville offense on the sideline. Obviously, that's one way to defend a really good Greenville offense.
Right. One of the big components in any football game, but especially at the high school level, is can you stop the run and can you run the football? We see a lot more passing in high school than we've ever seen, but I still think at its core it boils down to can you stop the run and can you run the football? Last week, Greenville gave up over 300 yards rushing. Sharpsville's here to run the football tonight. And, Rudy Gentili, their star tailback, only had 10 carries for 51 yards. I think if Greenville wins tonight, both of those numbers might double.
Meanwhile, Sharpsville last week at Girard, Blue Devils moved the football, didn't convert. Girard jumped out to a 20-0 lead. Sharpsville got to within 6, came close to recovering an onside kick. Ultimately, the Blue Devils came up short, 20-14. A very young team that really learned a lot last week. I think learned a lot about themselves. And we, as media and so forth, we learned a lot about this team. Sharpsville might be young, but there's a lot to like.
There is, and they did what young teams do. They'd get the ball in the red zone, and they'd have a penalty or have a negative play that would take them off course. But they did a nice job executing the offense and moving the football. So I think you're going to see more of that tonight. Gino Curry's a name you're going to hear a lot. He had 28 carries for 158 yards last week. He ran for 1,000 yards last year as a freshman. A really, really good-looking sophomore running back. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to get it a lot tonight.
As Kolten said, Curry, 158 yards on 28 carries last week, 1,000-yard rusher last year, and Curry 158. And, again, Sharpsville, we'll hear from Coach Piccarilli. No secret, the Blue Devils, they want to use the same game plan that Wilmington had last week.
Oh, absolutely. I think Sharpsville, they want this game to be over by 9 o'clock. They want to run the football. They want to pick up first downs. They want to have long drives, and they want to control the football. And if they can do that, I think they can hang around and be in this game with Greenville tonight.
Sharpsville, of course, the District 10 runner-up in 2A last year. Greenville, the District 10 1A runner-up. And they meet for the 84th time. Sharpsville leading the series 42-39 along with 3 ties. A Saturday night game, of course, from World War II through the mid-'90s, Sharpsville played every home game on Saturday night. Since then, they've kind of sprinkled them in here and there. Kolten, did you ever play here on a Saturday night?
I did. My senior year, 2006, we played here on a Saturday night, week 3, so it would have been about early to mid-September.
And how'd the Big Reds do that night?
We did win. We pulled out a late touchdown for a win.
And I'm sure that as a West Middlesex guy, of course, now West Middlesex and Sharpsville co-op together because of the enrollments that have dipped down. But had to feel pretty good that night, winning here, especially on a Saturday night.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was a fun bus ride home.
Short but fun.
That's right.
In Greenville tonight, looking to have a short but fun bus ride going the other way up Route 18. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll visit with the head coaches. Don't forget, we also have the 21st Century Energy Group starting lineups coming up and much, much more on Sports Radio 96.7.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student-athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Buell Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
Looking for a reliable laundry service? The Laundryman is your go-to solution for convenient and efficient laundry services. With doorstep pickup and delivery, the Laundryman ensures your clothes are washed, dried, and neatly folded with the highest care. The Laundryman has you covered. Visit thelaundryman.co today to experience premium laundry services tailored to your needs. Then just put them away.
In 1973, Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Lock, Stock, and Barrel is a full-service deli with party rings and meat and cheese trays available. Located in Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville, they are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 7 and Saturday from 9 to 3, closed on Sundays and Mondays.
Introducing healthcare for all ages at the Sharon Community Health Center. From newborns to older adults, Dr. Barry Siegel, ABFN certified family practice physician, is now accepting new patients of all ages. Compassionate, high-quality care awaits, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Plus, Sharon Community Health Center offers behavioral health and pain management services. Call 724-347-5229 or visit SharonCHC.org to schedule your appointment today with Dr. Barry Siegel. Sharon Community Health Center, 92 West Connolly Boulevard, Sharon, Pennsylvania.
The 21st Century Energy Group is the leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. For over 50 years, they have provided quality heating oils, propane heat, gasoline, diesel, and lubricants to Western Pennsylvania and Eastern Ohio, with 7 locations including Newcastle, Grove City, Conneaut Lake, and Erie. The 21st Century Energy Group is your locally owned neighborhood fuel provider. Call them today for your home heating or commercial fuel needs at 1-800-922-5454. And don't forget to follow them on Facebook or visit them at 21stCenturyEnergyGroup.com.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Visit them online at 21stCenturyEnergyGroup.com.
We're back on Sports Radio 96.7. Ryan Briggs here with Sharpsville head coach Paul Piccirilli. Coach, home opener Saturday night, kind of a throwback here at McCracken Field. Obviously, this never gets old, does it?
No, it really doesn't. Unfortunately, the Saturday games, you can't have too many of them. It ruins your whole week for the next week preparation. So, but once a year is fine. Every school has to do it, I guess. So it's kind of nice.
Tonight, your team taking on Greenville. Last week, you're on the road. Came up 6 points short, but obviously, we even during the course of the game saw a lot of growth from your young team. How was this week of practice?
This actually was towards the latter part of the week. We started hitting each other. We started doing stuff that we haven't done since two-a-days. So obviously, all we want to see is a little bit of improvement each week until we get to where we need to be.
Tonight, taking on Greenville. Greenville played Wilmington last week, got off to a good start, ended up coming out on the short end. What concerns you about Greenville?
Their size, they're nasty. Their scheme is very good. We're hoping that if we can get somewhat of a neutralization on the offensive and defensive line, then we'll be okay. But if not, because against Wilmington, they did a nice job on both sides of the ball. And I don't know if we're there at that capacity yet.
I take it this is another night where you want to control time of possession?
I want to do that every time. Yeah,
I told you no tough questions.
Yeah, we're going to definitely try to eat up the clock. Hopefully, you don't want to get in a throwing war because then we're not that kind of a team yet. So we're going to try to go on 4 downs and see if we can move the clock. If we don't, hope our defense will stop them.
Coach Piccirilli, always a pleasure. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Rick.
That's Sharpsville head coach Paul Piccirilli. More pregame after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word AUTO to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
A community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
Imagine a bathroom that's not just a room, but a sanctuary. At Warner's Homes and Improvements, they believe in taking the time to get it right. That's why they are proud to introduce their bathroom installation service, where done in a day is a thing of the past. Experience the difference of a bathroom designed for you, not the clock. Visit Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or at warnerconstruction.com. Warner's Homes and Improvements, where your bathroom is our masterpiece. Don't rush perfection.
Agriculture is more than a business. It's a way of life. My bank understands agriculture. They're local, They're here for the long haul. Agriculture is a business that varies like the weather. That's why I need a financial partner I can grow with, in good times and bad, weather or not.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Visit them online at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
Our pregame continues on Sports Radio 96.7. Ryan Briggs here with Greenville head coach Mike Menold. Coach, renewing one of the oldest rivalries in the area. I know you played here as a player for Greenville. The last time Greenville played here on a Saturday night, you were playing. Now you're the head coach. But obviously it's always fun coming down here in these Saturday night games.
Yeah, absolutely. When our athletic director approached me about how I felt about playing Saturday night at Sharpsville, I was like, that's great. Bring back a great tradition, old rivalry, great opportunity.
Tonight on the road taking on Sharpsville, what are some things that concern you about the Blue Devils?
Well, first off, they're very well coached. They always are. Number 32 is an excellent running back. They open holes up for him, and you definitely got to get him stopped before he gets started.
Last week you played Wilmington, a team that runs a version of the wing tee. Tonight, Sharpsville, a wing tee team. At one time, just about everybody ran a version of it or similar to it. It's kind of not the case now, but any advantage getting to see more or less a similar offenses back-to-back weeks?
I suppose there's an advantage, but the wing tee teams are so good at what they do. They find whatever you're doing, and they go to their answer. So, the key will be to play good team defense tonight.
What are a couple other keys for your team to come down to Sharpsville and get a win over the Blue Devils?
Well, we're hoping to be more consistent on offense tonight, and we just had some things where we shot ourselves in the foot, but that's on me, and we worked hard this week to address some of those.
Coach, always a pleasure. Best of luck tonight. Looking forward to seeing you guys in action.
Thank you. Thanks for covering us. We appreciate it.
That's Greenville head coach Mike Menold. We'll be back with more from Sharpsville after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Someone offers you a pill. You don't know what's in that pill. The person who gave it to you may not even know. By taking it, you may increase your risk of an overdose. Every day, nearly 300 Americans die from a drug overdose. Get the facts. Be your own advocate.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word auto to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
My car does more than take me from here to there, and I expect my insurance to do more too. That's why I chose my agent and Erie Insurance. They offer first accident forgiveness and the service I deserve at a price I can afford.
Your local Erie agent is Mailer Insurance. Get a quote today at mailerinsurance.com. Mailer Insurance, a Reinhardt's agency affiliate.
Erie Insurance services are provided by one or more of the following insurers: Erie Insurance Company, Erie Insurance Property and Casualty Company, or Flagship City Insurance Company, home offices Erie, Pennsylvania, or Erie Insurance Company of New York, home offices Rochester, New York, an equal opportunity insurer.
Ready to hit the road with confidence? Mancino's Driving School is your go-to destination for top-notch driving education. Whether you're a teen or an adult, Mancino's experienced instructors ensure you're equipped with essential skills and safety tips. Offering flexible schedules and personalized lessons, Mancino's Driving School make learning to drive convenient and effective. Visit our website at mancinosdrivingschool.com to enroll today and begin your journey toward becoming a safe, independent driver.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Visit them online at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
We are back here at Sharpsville High School along with Kolten Hoffman, Ryan Briggs with you tonight. Aaron Biro in the studio producing our game, and Lee Gross on the camera for our Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live video. And our video tonight is brought to you by American Legion Post 299 in Sharon. Kolten, before we get to the 21st Century Energy Group starting lineups, a key or two, in your opinion, for each team?
Well, I mentioned it a few minutes ago. I think running the ball and stopping the run. Whoever controls that line of scrimmage, you heard Coach Piccarelli mention it too, that they really need to put up a fight on the line of scrimmage tonight. And if that can be pretty neutral, I think Sharpsville would be pleased with that. And the other thing is both quarterbacks are first-year starters. So you look at who's going to make a play, who needs to make a play, who makes a mistake, and it's not just throwing interceptions. It could be, messed up handoffs in the backfield or just confusion in the execution of the offense. So I think you're looking at controlling the line of scrimmage and avoiding big mistakes on offense.
And you mentioned both quarterbacks being first-year guys, Brady Gerlach for Sharpsville. In the Greenville situation, Cale Thurber, he started at defensive back last year. He started at wide receiver. He's been on the field, but you kind of can relate to that. When you were a young guy at West Middlesex, you were on the field here and there, and then you took over as the quarterback. That first year as the quarterback, that's like nothing else in sports, right?
Right. Everything is just going so fast, from getting the play call in, calling the play in the huddle, getting everyone lined up. I mean, it's just everything is just moving so fast that first year as a starting quarterback, and we'll see how both these young men handle it tonight.
Couple of quick updates, games involving District 10 teams or local teams. 8-man debut for Kennedy Catholic today, and Sullyton Chalker spoils the opener at Butalis Stadium 62-0. So the Golden Eagles are 0-2 in Northern 8 play. And it was Garfield Heights nipping Erie today 14-12. Another 7 o'clock kickoff, a game we'll be monitoring. Slippery Rock is at Franklin. Larry Wendroos' squad looking to get to 1-1. Franklin likewise looking to get to 1-1 tonight against the Rockets. It is time now for tonight's starting lineups, and the starting lineups are being brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group. The 21st Century Energy Group is the area leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Call them today for your home heating or commercial fuel needs, and don't forget to follow them on Facebook or visit them at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com. First for Sharpsville, on offense, the quarterback is Brady Gerlach, 5'9", 145, a sophomore. The fullback, Gino Curry, 6 feet 205, a sophomore. The halfbacks are Will Vogan, 5'9", 155, a senior, and Caleb Conkar, 6'3", 185, a junior. The split end is Lincoln Bright, 6'3", 190, a sophomore, or 160, a sophomore. The tight end is Luke Adkins, 6 feet 190, a sophomore. The offensive line, the tackles are Journey Cornelius, 5'10", 215, a senior, and Ryan Bear, 6'2", 180, a junior. The guards, Jordan White, 5'10", 245, a junior, and Roman Massey, 5'10", 245, a sophomore. And the center is Leland McCarroll, 5'10", 180, a junior. Turning our attention to the Greenville defense, the Trojans using a 4-4 alignment against the wing tee tonight. The left end is Hunter Cox, 6'2", 175, a junior. Cameron Reimold, the left tackle, 6'3", 230, a junior. Jaden Schuver, the right tackle, 6'4", 340, a junior. Horatio Calvin, 5'9", 225, a senior, is at right end. The outside linebackers are Blaine Swartz, 5'10", 205, a junior, and Braden Straw, 6 feet 190, a sophomore. The inside backers, Rudy Gentili, 5'8", 160, a senior, and Swayze Walker, 5'7", 165, a sophomore. The corners, Justin Shell, 5'10", 165, a junior, and Keith Covert, 6 feet 165, a junior. Cale Thurber will start at free safety, 5'8", 160. He's a junior. We'll also see Kyle McGurr and Casey Materia, a couple of juniors, in the defensive backfield tonight as well. Flipping the page to the Greenville offense, Thurber's the quarterback. Walker's the fullback. Gentili and Materia will be at running back. The receivers are Shell and Covert. We'll also see Cox and Zach Copeland at receiver. Copeland, a senior, 5'7", 130. A senior. Straw at tight end. Greenville also welcoming back Jackson Leskovac from injury at tight end, an all-region pick last year, 6'1", 210, a senior. Offensive line left to right, Reimold at left tackle, Calvin at left guard, Adam Terry is the center, 5'7", 215, a senior. Swartz at right guard, Schuver at right tackle. The Sharpsville defense, the 4-2-5 alignment, the ends are Bear and Tommy McNutt. McNutt, 6 feet 225, a sophomore. White and Massey are the tackles. The linebackers are Adkins and Brennan Hoffman. Hoffman, 5'9", 145, a junior. The corners are Bright and Michael McLaren. McLaren, 5'8", 155, a senior. The safeties, Landon Hassel, 5'8", 145, a sophomore. Conkar and Vogan. Sharpsville, the home team tonight, in the blue jerseys, blue tops, blue pants, white numbers and letters, black trim, white helmets. And Greenville in the traveling white jerseys, blue numbers and letters outlined in gold, blue pants and gold trim tonight for Greenville on the road. We will take a 60-second break and come back with the kickoff right after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed and Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed and Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed and Daly Associates on South Buell Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
Gosh, honey, what's got you all chef-tastic?
You know, it's our kitchen remodel. It's got me all inspired.
Oh, are you inspired enough to make dessert?
As a matter of fact.
Is it chocolate? Oh, it's chocolate. I love you.
Get inspiration all your own with a brand new kitchen from Warner's Homes and Improvements. We create new kitchens that dreams are made of. We buy direct from the manufacturers using top quality materials with no shortcuts. The latest in style and functionality for a fair price. Call Warner's today and get inspired. Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or online at warnersconstruction.com.
From the Shell Restoration Studios at shellrestoration.com, this is Sports Radio 96.7 WLLF FM Mercer, a Cumulus media station.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Sharpsville will kick off to begin tonight's game. Finn Leary has it teed up at the 40. We're underway. And it'll be fielded back at the 10-yard line by Justin Shell. Far side 20 to the 25. Shell upfield to the 35. Shell at the 45. And he'll be tripped up as he crosses the midfield line, as chopping him down on the kick unit for Sharpsville was Cadence Thomas, but a big run back for Justin Shell, 43 yards. And Greenville will begin the first drive of the game on the Sharpsville side of midfield.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that was the kick plan, to just launch it deep to Justin Shell, and you see why. Very talented athlete back there. Big return sets Greenville up in perfect field position. If that was the plan, I don't know if they'll do it again.
Shell last year, 40 catches, county high, 865 receiving yards, also 11 interceptions. He knows what to do with the pigskin in his hands.
Yes.
Sharpsville won the toss and elected to defer, by the way. Blue Devils are going left to right, Greenville right to left. The Trojans come out in a double wing set. Materia in motion from wing right. He'll get the toss, cuts back over the right. Materia to the 40. Casey Materia 35 to the 30. Materia is going to be brought down close to the 25. He'll pick up close to 20 on the first offensive play of the night.
Well, it looked like a little flip power on the first play of the game. A little wing back in motion, flip it to him, but it's not an outside run, it's an inside run. Materia actually cuts it back to the side he started from for a big gain.
Gain of 19, so Greenville coming out, old school Greenville, running the flip power. The fullback is Walker. Snap is fumbled. There's a scramble for it, ball squirting around. It looks like Sharpsville may have recovered.
I don't think so.
No, you are correct, Kolten.
They should have.
Yeah, there were 3 Blue Devils around it. Will Vogan said the Blue Devils had it, but unfortunately he doesn't have a say in it, and it will be recovered by Greenville.
I think Thurber got back on it somehow, some way, but there were a couple Sharpsville defensive linemen with a really good shot at that football.
It certainly looked like you said, should have been recovered by Sharpsville. Instead, Greenville maintains possession, 2nd and 10. Turn toss goes to Rudy Gentile, cuts back over right guard. Gentile inside the 25, now bouncing outside, trying to get away from Roman Massey, and finally gang tackle down across the 25 at about the 24, bringing up 3rd down and around 6.
Another flip power. Wilmington, they've run the wing T forever. When they run flip power, they actually lead their quarterback up through. Thurber is not doing that for Greenville right now. They're still running flip power without the quarterback lead, but still an effective power running play.
Pickup of about 5, 3rd and a long 5. Double wing set, Gentile in motion, and Thurber fakes the toss, rolling left. Thurber has a lot of room. He's going to run. Cale Thurber, 15 to the 10, hesitates. Thurber to the 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Cale Thurber. A 23-yard run on the bootleg, and Greenville has struck quickly, 6-0 Trojans.
Well, you called it the naked boot. I think there was a pass option, run pass option there, but the whole backside of that Sharpsville defense with the motion away and the fake toss, that whole backside of the defense just disappeared. There was nobody left out there for Thurber, and he didn't encounter a Sharpsville defender until he was about 12 yards down the field, and they weren't able to get him. He tucks it inside the pylon for a touchdown, and Greenville takes the lead early here.
Cale Thurber, who caught 4 touchdowns and threw 3 last year, runs for 1 there. Logan Campbell on to attempt the extra point. It is good, but there's a flag thrown, and the flag came before the snap. And Greenville will have to try it again as the Trojans moved early.
Yeah, I think it was an illegal formation would be my guess. There was plenty of leg from Copeland, so the 5 yards, I don't think it should bother him too much, but we'll see if he has to kick it again from 5 yards farther back.
So the extra point pushed back. That is the first flag of the night.
I'm sorry, Campbell on the kick.
Logan Campbell. He's 1 for 1 on the season. First-year kicker. But as Kolten noted, he has plenty of pop in that leg.
That one hit the Pines without an issue.
Even though they've thinned out the Pines a little bit over the years, they still might have trimmed a branch or two. Kicking the goalpost to the left, right by the scoreboard here at McCracken Field. Thurber is the holder. Snap is good. The kick on the way, and it is good. Sneaks it inside the upright. So with 9 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the first quarter, Greenville has jumped out to a 7-0 lead. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
At affordable health care, Sharon Community Health Center provides high-quality medical services to all, regardless of insurance coverage or financial status. Sharon Community Health Center's experienced professionals offer comprehensive care, from routine checkups to specialized treatment. Sharon Community Health Center is committed to removing barriers and making healthcare accessible for everyone in our community. Call 724-347-5529 or visit SharonCHC.org to learn more and schedule your appointment today.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Greenville, thanks in large part to the good kick return by Justin Schell, able to score. Cale Thurber, the 23-yard run on the bootleg, 7-0 Greenville. Now we'll get our first look at the Sharpsville offense after Logan Campbell's kickoff. Greenville on the road after a tough loss last week. Couldn't have asked for much of a better start.
No, that's exactly what they were looking for. Getting 3 different players involved, running the football. You could see they were much more committed to running the ball on that drive, and it paid off well.
Campbell has it teed up at the 40, kicking from right to left. Termarham McCullough deep. Campbell's kick downfield. Will Vogan will make the over-the-shoulder catch back at the 7. Vogan working along the near right hash mark to the 25, to the 30. Will Vogan at the 40. Vogan at midfield. Vogan one man to beat. And it'll be Keith Covert bringing down Vogan in Greenville territory inside the 35-yard line. So Sharpsville says, whatever you can do, we can do better.
Yeah, that was I thought the kick was originally going to get over Vogan's head, but he retreats and catches it and finds a seam. And I think Covert having the angle on him was the only reason that Vogan didn't tie the game up here.
59-yard run back to the 34. 1st and 10 Sharpsville. The Blue Devils go left to right. Tom McNutt will start the game at tight end. Devils come out in double tight set. T in the backfield. Gerlach will turn, give it to Curry over the left side, following Vogan through the hole. Gino Curry will get about 3, maybe 4 across the 30 to the 29-yard line on his first carry of the night. Covert, who made the touchdown-saving tackle, making that stop from his cornerback post.
Yeah, it's an old-school offensive formation here for Sharpsville. Double tight in a T formation in the backfield. 3 running backs straight across. A little power play to Curry, who was in the middle of those 3, and it's a good 5-yard gain. We'll give him 5, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. The down marker right between the chains in the middle. 2nd and 5 at the 29. Gerlach has the backs in a T behind him. Turn, give to Curry. Same player over the left side. Curry lowers the shoulder. He's across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Tackled by Hunter Cox, the left defensive end, but Curry will pick up the first down, give him 6 to the 23-yard line.
Well, if you love old school football, you love what Sharpsville just did there. Hey, we picked up 5 yards on first down. We're going to run it again. And they got, I think, 6 yards this time. So, maybe same play other side. I don't know. But I don't see too much changing here early from Sharpsville.
McNutt will check out as Lincoln Bright will check in as a split end. So they go to the receiver wide. Atkins tight left, T backfield again behind Gerlach. 1st and 10 at the 23. Turn, give to Curry this time over the right side. Curry trying to get outside, and he's going to be brought down for a short loss. Swayze Walker, inside linebacker, coming inside out to make the tackle. A short loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, it looked like the same play the other way. They ran it to the right to where the split end side, so took a blocker off the point of attack there.
But also thinking maybe the defense is rotated to the strong side?
Yeah, potentially.
Instead, it's a short loss. It'll be 2nd down and about 10.5 from the 23-yard line.
But you saw the way to stop Gino Curry. You got to get him running sideways. You can't let him get downhill. He's dragging you for yards if he gets downhill.
Turn, give to Vogan, student body left, and Vogan is popped right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Hunter Cox drills him there. No gain on the play. Now 3rd and 10 upcoming for Sharpsville.
Yeah, that was a big hit. Cox worked his way through a couple of blocks, and I don't even think Vogan saw him coming. He just showed up from behind the blockers and delivered a big hit.
So now 3rd and 10. Obviously Sharpsville, it's 4-down territory out of Finn Leary's range. Bright, 6'3", goes wide right, matched up against Shell. Go to the 2-back set for the first time. Conkar wing left. Gerlach, waggle right. Looking, under pressure on the run, throws it downfield. Incomplete, had 2 men in the same area. They were both open. Curry and Conkar, the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and I think when they watch film, that's going to be on Gino Curry. That's the old school wing tee waggle play. And Curry at fullback just drifted too far downfield, and he got into the drag route from the backside. And Curry's got to keep that within a few yards of the line of scrimmage. They were both open, but you can't get your spacing bunched together. Sharpsville will come back to that play. There was a chance there.
That's one fullback in the flat, tight end over the middle, then the split end going deep.
Well, 100%. There's layers to it. There's levels. You want to maintain those levels, and Sharpsville route runners just unfortunately didn't do it there.
Now 4th and 10 at the 23. Gerlach back to pass. Gerlach under pressure. He's going to be hit by Horatio Calvin and hauled down for a loss. So Horatio Calvin, the senior defensive end, comes up with a sack. Sharpsville, the promising drive, stalls out, and Greenville takes over with 6:43 to go first quarter.
Yeah, a little more of a spread formation that time for Sharpsville, and just not a lot of room for Gerlach. Once he hit the top of his drop, there was pressure on him right away, and he tried to escape, and just nowhere to go.
And if you're Greenville, if you can get Sharpsville into 3rd and 10, and of course 4th down, it takes away what Sharpsville wants to do.
100%. The first 2 plays were exactly what Sharpsville wanted. Greenville got a couple stops, and you're forcing Sharpsville into a game they don't like.
1st and 10, toss comes to Materia over the left side, and Casey Materia will be brought down after a modest game. Landon Hassel, the safety or the hybrid monster position. It's a pretty monstrous hit there. Pickup of a couple for Materia. Give him 3 to the 35.
Yeah, another flip power. That time Thurber was leading the way on the flip, so I didn't like that as a quarterback very much, being asked to lead block, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Shell goes wide right on the wide side of the field. Double wing set again. Materia in motion, and the handoff comes back to Gentili on a counter. Rudy Gentili to the 40. Gentili a stiff arm on Bright. Rudy Gentili to midfield. He's to the 40, hesitates, cuts back to his left, and then is finally driven out of bounds by Will Vogan. But Rudy Gentili on the wingback counter takes the ball in the Sharpsville territory. A pickup of about 25.
Yeah, that's beautifully done. You know, we've basically seen the whole playbook off of that setup play. Flip power, naked off of it. Now you see the wing back counter. And Rudy Gentili, he's not fun to tackle in the open field. He is looking for contact. He is not wanting to run out of bounds, and another big gain for Greenville there.
31 officially for Gentili. My math's not as good as yours, Kolten. Better than Chris Birch's, but not as good. Just razzing him. Hey, Keith Covert wide left. Shell now in as the wing to the left. Back to pass Thurber, rolling left. The righty throws it downfield looking for Shell. He makes the catch at the 10, 5, touchdown Greenville. Justin Shell, 34-yard touchdown catch. It's 13-0 Greenville.
Well, that looked like a little wheel route out of the backfield. That's a really nice throw from Thurber. Rolling to his left, gets his shoulders turned, and the wheel route from Shell. Nobody able to keep up with him, and Sharpsville executing this offense to perfection for 2 touchdown drives.
And nice design, too, of putting Shell at a wing as opposed to split end.
Right, yeah, you're looking for him to be split out, and you know, with your best player lined up in the slot, it gives him more of a two-way go type of route running. And there you saw the old out and up or the wheel route, and it's a touchdown for Greenville.
Logan Campbell's extra point is good. 14-0 Greenville, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. 5:45 to go first quarter. Greenville with a 14-0 lead at Sharpsville. We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
1973, Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42-hole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Lock, Stock, and Barrel is a full-service deli with party rings and meat and cheese trays available. Located in Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville, they are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 7, and Saturday from 9 to 3, closed on Sundays and Mondays.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Welcome back to McCracken Field, Sharpsville High School. Lee Gross on camera. Aaron Byro in the studio. Kolten Hoffman to my left. I'm Ryan Briggs. 14-0. The Greenville Trojans have bolted to a 2-touchdown lead here at Sharpsville. 5:45 to go first quarter. And will be Logan Campbell kicking off. Has it teed up at the 40 in the middle of the field. 2 men deep for Sharpsville back at the 10. Campbell's kick will be fielded by Termar Hammett McCullough at his own 11. Getting in the middle of the field to the 25. Hesitates, dodges Materia. McCullough giving ground, and he's going to be brought down at the 26-yard line. Needed one more block, didn't get it, and Sharpsville will put it in play at the 26 with 5:37 to go first quarter.
Yeah, Ham McCullough is a good-looking freshman on this Sharpsville team. Bright future ahead of him.
Did some nice things last week up at Girard in the return game. He ran the ball a couple of times.
He took a good pop there at the end of that one.
You say sometimes if a player doesn't play like a freshman, but sometimes when a junior or senior hits you, you feel like a freshman.
It's tough being a 140-pound freshman. You're still playing against juniors and seniors.
Ball marked back at the 25 after the 14-yard return. That's where Sharpsville will put the ball in play, moving left to right. Double tight set. Flanker to the left. And the handoff will go to Vogan on a counter over the left side. He'll get about 4 out to the 29-yard line on the first play of the drive.
A little buck sweep action there that Sharpsville's been running for, I think, the entirety of Paul Piccarelli's tenure here. Albeit a couple years with Summers at quarterback when they were in the shotgun a few years ago. A little hiatus from it, but back to it.
And that's the counterplay to that waggle earlier, that buck sweep.
Yes. Trap, buck sweep, waggle. They're all run off the same action.
Second and a long 5, just shy of the 30. Curry the single back. Turn give to Curry over the left side. Keeps the legs churning. Dragging men forward. Gino Curry is across the 35. And then about 18 guys get all stacked up and go down like dominoes. But Gino Curry, tough running. He'll pick up the first down. Gino Curry, you have a guy like that. You look at that guy. Wearing number 32, big, strong legs. I mean, he looks like a running back if anybody ever looked like a running back.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an old school running back. He, Coach Minold talked about it in the pregame that they don't want him to get downhill. And 3 of his 4 carries, he's been downhill, and they've been good plays for Sharpsville.
First and 10 at the 36. Gerlach will give it again to Curry over the left side. Has some running room. Gets a block from the pulling guard, Roman Massey. Out across the 40 to the 41 for Gino Curry. It'll be second down and 5. And long way to go. Sharpsville certainly doesn't have to push the panic button.
No, absolutely not. This drive already a first down, a good play on first down. They're settling into this drive. chewing up some clock here. So, yeah, I mean, if they can put a nice drive together here, no reason to panic.
Lincoln Bright will deploy wide to the right. Concar is a tight end to the right. Atkins tight left. There's a wing to the left as well. Curry the single back, 2nd and 5. Man comes in motion and movement. It looked like perhaps the tight end Concar got a head start. And it'll be a false start against Sharpsville. Sets the Blue Devils back to 2nd and 10 now at the 36.
Yeah, and that's the tough part of being in this young offense where you're grinding and really working hard for 4 and 5 yard gains. You know, a 5-yard false start almost feels like a 10 or a 15-yard penalty.
It's now 2nd and 10 back at the 36. And we have a stoppage. Somebody has to check out as one of the Greenville players, Blaine Swartz, has some blood on, looks like his left elbow or forearm. So he will check out for at least one play until he is tended to. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Sharpsville. Concar slot right, along with Vogan. Bright the widest of the 3 men to the right. Curry the single back. Gerlach rolling right, setting up a screen. Caught by Curry. Curry dragging a man forward, bounces off a blocker. And Curry does a good job of getting back to the line of scrimmage as that play was blown up by Swayze Walker. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Swayze Walker won't get credit for the tackle, but he was there to make the play against his classmate, the 2 sophomores, and he got a hold of that jersey. If not, Curry might have turned that one into a big play, but got enough jersey, held him up for his teammates to rally and track him down.
Now 3rd and 10 for Sharpsville. Landon Hassel will check in at receiver. Atkins checks out.
But that's what we're talking about. A penalty gets you to 2nd and 10. Now Sharpsville's throwing the football. That's where Greenville wants them.
Hassel wide left. Bright, Vogan, Concar wide to the right. Curry the single back on 3rd and 10. Gerlach, 7-step drop. Throwing the ball downfield. Hit as he's thrown, and it is batted away, incomplete. Concar got a hand on it. Kyle McGurr got a hand on it. Then Shell got a hand on it defensively as well. Ends up incomplete, and it will be 4th down.
Yeah, that ball just floated a little bit. Concar was open. Just took a little while for that ball to get to him, and throwing the ball down the middle of the field. Greenville's got enough athletes back there to close on it and break up the play.
Trojans were plus 23 in turnovers last year. And you let one hang up like that, it's very risky. Gavin Akins will punt for Sharpsville. Had a 29-yarder last week, and this is a high spinner. Hits at the 37, fielded on the hop by Shell at the 35. Shell far side of the 40, has some blocking. Shell across midfield. There are a couple flags in the middle of the field. Shell's going to go all the way for the touchdown, but it appears as if this one is coming back. 2 flags on the field at the 40 and 45-yard lines, and either a hold or a block in the back, one would surmise.
I think 2 referees saw the same thing.
And we will find out what the penalty is, and that likely is going to wipe out a 65-yard punt return for Justin Shell. Shell, of course, go ahead.
And that was about 20 yards away from where Justin Shell was running with the football. Yep, it's a hold.
It is holding, and it'll be marked off from the 45 of Sharpsville. Ends up as a 20-yard return. Still good field position for Greenville, but that's a small consolation.
Especially to Justin Shell.
Touchdown gets taken off the board.
Yes, that's always a razzing when you're watching film over the weekend or probably on Monday with a Saturday night game.
Well, and as you noted, Kolten, the hold was he probably was going to go all the way without it.
Yeah. High probability that hold did not affect the play, but it must have been egregious because you got 2 flags on the same play.
So Greenville takes over 1st and 10 at its own 45 in the middle of the field, working right to left. Double wing set, Gentili in motion from wing left. Thurber fake pitch, rolling left. Thurber throws it underneath, caught by Jackson Leskovac, his first catch of the season. Leskovac down to the 35, and then is hauled down late by Vogan, and they're going to add 15 more onto it. Jackson Leskovac, who had a summer injury playing baseball, missed last week. First team all-region at tight end and defensive end last year. And his first catch of the season is a big one.
Yeah, really good athlete. Jackson Leskovac, good third baseman on their baseball team last year, a D10 runner-up baseball team.
The ball's going to be advanced to the 20-yard line. Gain of 20 and then add 15 more on the penalty. So Jackson Leskovac, first catch of the season.
And that was the same play that Thurber ran for a score. Sharpsville did a much better job defending him on the run, but no one to cover Leskovac as he was crossing over the middle from his tight end position.
And now they have to reset the ball. They shorted Greenville a yard. The ball put down at the 20, which means that Greenville has entered the McCandless red zone. McCandless Ford, your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle needs in Mercer and Meadville. First and 10 at the 20. Give to Gentili over the right side. Gentili across the 15 to about the 14. It'll be second down and short.
Yeah, and Greenville behind big Jaden Shuver there. That whole offensive line for Greenville just washed Sharpsville's defensive line into the linebackers. Makes it very tough as a linebacker to play when defensive linemen are getting pushed back into your lap, but that's a fullback's dream.
And Greenville will take a timeout. Trojans did not have the personnel out there that they wanted, so a timeout with a minute 34 to go first quarter. Greenville will have second down and 3 at the 13 when we come back. Trojans lead Sharpsville 14-0 on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live. And we will keep it here. We want to remind everybody that after the game, we'll have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. That'll be coming up in our post game. 14-0. Good start tonight for Greenville here on the road at Sharpsville.
Our good friend Chris Birch, your usual partner, texted in and said Slippery Rock is up 7-0. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter in that one.
Slippery Rock up at Franklin. Rockets, they'll start league play next week hosting Sharon.
Franklin played Mercer week 1,
yes,
correct?
Last Saturday night, so back-to-back Saturday games for Franklin. And, of course, Mercer put a 33-7 L on the Knights last week. Second and 3, Gentili at fullback. He'll get the handoff, trying to get off right tackle, and not much running room at all. Jordan White, the defensive tackle, in, along with McNutt, the play side end. Gentili, who's moved from halfback to fullback, gets maybe the length of the football. It's going to be third and a long 2 at the 12-yard line.
Well, much better job by that Sharpsville defensive line on that play, forcing basically a no gain and a third down play here for Greenville.
Shell wing left, he'll motion into the backfield. Turn, handoff is to Gentili over the right side, and Gentili close to the lead marker. Bear brings him down along with McNutt, but it will be enough for a first down. As the back point of the ball just past the 10-yard line, it will be first and goal at the 9 as we're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Greenville looking to add to its 14-0 lead. Trojans quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Shell in motion, turn, hand off to Gentili. Gentili over left side following that big offensive line downfield. Gentili will be brought down short of the goal line, but it'll be second down and goal about the 3-yard line. Pickup of 5 for Rudy Gentili.
Yeah, and that's just almost like a basic dive play. Just a lot of base blocking up front, just man on man. Let's try to move the line of scrimmage.
Second and 3, Thurber on a sneak, and he will spin and get in. Touchdown, Cale Thurber, his second rushing touchdown of the night, and the Trojans extend the lead to 20-0. Cale Thurber scores from 3 yards out on a quarterback sneak.
Well, just line of scrimmage, just getting in behind that big offensive line. The offensive line's got some big bodies on it with Reimold at 230 and Calvin at 225. Shuver's listed at 340, so there's some beef on that Greenville offensive line.
Campbell attempting the extra point. Thurber, the holder kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 the lead for Greenville. The drive, 6 plays, 55 yards. It uses exactly 2 minutes. We'll come back with the kickoff on Sports Radio 96.7.
The tax team at Reed and Daly Associates is the area's #1 income. This one client at a time, and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed and Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed and Daly Associates on South Buell Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
9 seconds to go, first quarter. 21-0 Greenville with the lead. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you tonight. Lee Gross on camera for our Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live video feed, which is brought to you by the American Legion Post 299 in Sharon.
You know, Briggsy, anyone who's coached a young team knows that, you know, this is a tough situation to be in. You spend so much time and energy getting good at doing what you do that you really don't have a ton of plan Bs and plan Cs to go to.
Kick by Campbell, fielded on the hop by Vogan at the 15, along the near hash mark to the 25 to the 30. Vogan now reversing field, cuts inside of Copeland, and then Swayze Walker there to hit Vogan and drive him back as time expires at the end of the first quarter. Sharpsville will have the ball. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be out past the 25. The teams will change ends, and we'll come back with quarter number 2 after this. Good start tonight for Greenville on the road. Trojans lead 21-0. Kolten and I will come back with the second quarter after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
You or a loved one can thrive with a community that cares? Discover the Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where independent living meets peace of mind. Our private apartments offer the freedom to live on your terms with personal care and daily assistance available if needed. Short-term stays are also available. For more information or to schedule your in-person tour, visit rwsv.org or call 724-347-0998. The Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where comfort, care, and community come together. Equal housing opportunity.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word AUTO to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Second quarter about to get underway from the 25. Low snap to Gerlach, picks it up, and then he is drilled. Hunter Cox was on the hunt. He was on target. A drop him back at the 18. Loss of 7 on the sack, and Brady Gerlach never had a chance.
Yeah, it's kind of what I just mentioned before we went into break. You go to shotgun, you go to 4 wide receivers, try to change things up, and you have a bad snap, and Hunter Cox with a free run, and Brady Gerlach wore one there for a big loss.
Loss of 7, second sack of the night for Greenville. Jackson Leskovac in at right defensive end for Horatio Calvin. 2nd and 17. Bright wide left on the short side of the field. Vogan will line up in the slot to the left, and movement up front. And it is Greenville into the neutral zone, so a quick 5 for Sharpsville, now 2nd and 12.
Well, that's helpful for Sharpsville after a negative first down play. There was a little shift on the Sharpsville's offensive formation, shifted from one formation to another, and the left side of that Greenville defensive line got a little antsy.
And of course, in high school football, once you're in the neutral zone, it's blown dead.
Correct.
So a significant rule difference from collegiate and professional football. Concar slot right inside of Landon Hassel. Vogan slot left inside of Bright. Curry the single back on 2nd and 12. Gerlach under center, and the give is to Curry. Curry across the 25 to the 26. Ran into Cameron Reimold, the junior defensive tackle. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Give him 4 to the 27, but 3rd and a long 8 upcoming.
Yeah, just a little trap play up the middle, trying to get yourself into a 3rd and manageable, and not quite able to get there. Sets up a 3rd and long.
We'll call it 3rd and 9 back at the 26. Cameron Reimold regional qualifier last year at heavyweight, went 24-17. If there's anybody that can get Gino Curry down by himself, it's probably Reimold.
Yeah, if you run into the heavyweight's belly, you're probably not going very far.
3rd and 9 at the 26. 2 backs behind Gerlach. He will roll right. Gerlach flushed under pressure. On the run, throws it downfield and caught on a comeback by Lincoln Bright. It'll be enough for the first down. So one sophomore to another. Gerlach, his long completion of the night, and Sharpsville gets a much-needed 3rd down conversion.
Well, really nice execution there for the Sharpsville passing game. A designed roll out to the right. They did a really nice job blocking on the edge, letting Gerlach get outside, get downhill. It was really a one-man route. It was, hey, Lincoln, go out there, run 10 yards, and turn around and get us a first down, and they did. They executed it well.
And at 6'3", those long arms, he has a nice catch radius, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a very difficult route to defend in high school football.
Double tight set, straight T in the backfield behind Gerlach. And the handoff goes to Curry over the left side. He hesitates, stumbles, and will get perhaps a yard, but not much more than that. As coming down the line, Blaine Swartz, the outside linebacker, bringing down Curry after a pickup of a yard.
Yeah, back to the formation and play they started the game with. But Curry not able to get downhill there.
It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 36. 9:50 to go first half. Greenville on top 21-0 coming up at the half. We'll have a first half recap, scoring and stats. We will recap the scores from last night, and we'll catch up on the scores from today. Some college football scores, Major League Baseball as well. 2nd and 9, and the Scissors play. The double handoff goes to Conkar from Vogan. Conkar is going to be dropped for a short loss. Leskovac in there on the tackle, among others. There was a flag in the middle of the field. Now another flag at the end of the play. And I believe we're going to have multiple infractions likely on Sharpsville.
I think they're both on Sharpsville. You're right.
Well, during the play, one post play.
Having played against Sharpsville and coached against Sharpsville over the years, we used to call that play Devils. That's just, we didn't call it a formation or it's just Devils. You knew it was that double handoff counter play that was coming at some point, and Greenville did a very nice job defending it there.
You hear it called that Scissors the Joker play.
Yep.
So penalty holding against Sharpsville, and then dead ball unsportsmanlike on Greenville. Dead ball unsportsmanlike Sharpsville. So those offset, but it will be 10 yards on the holding penalty.
Yeah,
so
they'll enforce the holding penalty.
It's going to be 2nd and 19 back at the 26.
And
they've gone back too far in the penalty, Kolten. The line of scrimmage was a 36.
Correct. They've docked Sharpsville an extra yard, I believe.
So the ball should be at the 26. They've added a yard. They used the old rule, enforcing from the spot, which that changed a couple of years ago.
Thankfully, because
yes.
that was hogwash. that rule.
But I guess the old habits die hard, though.
Yes.
So the penalty is stepped off back to the 26-yard line. 2nd and 19. Gerlach back to pass. Gerlach spins on the run, throwing it downfield, looking for Bright, and he makes the catch. Able to dodge out of the way of Shell. Lincoln Bright, his second big catch of the drive, takes the ball to the Greenville 40-yard line, a pickup of 35 yards.
That's an incredible adjustment and catch by Lincoln Bright. I think that was designed to stay in the pocket, and pressure forced him out. He rolled to his left and threw across his body, which you down the middle of the field, which you really don't coach young quarterbacks to do very often, but it worked out there. He threw a good ball on the back shoulder of Bright, and Bright made a great adjustment and catch.
And sometimes you just say, hey, I want my guy to try to make a play.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10 at the Greenville 40. Receivers to either side, double tight set. Give us to Curry. Curry over right guard, cutting back up the middle. Gino Curry rumbling forward. Gets down to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28. He was dragging the 340-pounder Schuver. Gino Curry, a tough run. He picks up a dozen. Back-to-back first downs for Sharpsville.
Well, there's some leg strength on that boy. Gino Curry, man, he gets those legs driving, and he is moving piles and carrying defenders with him.
Greenville will take a timeout. 8:25 to go in the half. Sharpsville on the move. Greenville with the lead 21-0, but Sharpsville with a new set of downs when we come back. You're listening to high school football on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Hello, Shell Restoration. May I help you? Hello?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep. Or the part that tells me what button to press.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate, 800-663-8103, or look for @Shell Restoration on Facebook.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Greenville taking timeout, looking to regroup. Sharpsville with some momentum on its side. Blue Devils have 1st and 10 at the Greenville 28. Atkins tight right, McNutt tight left. Vogan wide to the left, Bright to the right, and they give us to Curry over left guard. He'll bounce it outside. Gino Curry to the 25. Curry spins off a tackle inside the 20, dragging men. Curry to the 15. The pile still moving. Gino Curry is going to give Sharpsville goal to go. A pickup of 20 for Gino Curry, who simply would not go down.
If you like bruising running backs, you like Gino Curry. He's a defensive back's nightmare when they see him coming through the hole untouched. And he is just dragging linebackers and defensive linemen, chasing him down and can't get him down.
He's mentioned nightmare for the defensive backs. He's no treat for the linebackers either.
No. So, some Mike Allstott in him.
Definitely. That's a very good comparison. 1st and goal at the 8. Moving right to left on the near left hash. Curry the single back. Give it to Curry over the left side. It's a block from Massey, and then the tackle will be made by Greenville. Was coming down the line. That was Matera, Casey Matera, in at free safety, coming up and run support. And Curry, a short gain, give him 1.
Yeah, Leskovac, I think, got in there and slowed him down. A nice play from his defensive position. One thing having a back like Curry does for a young quarterback is you know you're getting man coverage on the outside. And Greenville's basically saying, hey, we're playing man coverage out here. It simplifies the mind game for Gerlach. He knows what defense he's going up against almost every play.
Bright wide left. And the handoff comes on a buck sweep to Vogan around left end. Vogan to the 5. Vogan tiptoes the sideline. He's in. Touchdown, Sharpsville. Will Vogan scores on a 7-yard touchdown run around left end. Sharpsville on the board. It's 21-6.
Well, that's a really nice answer from a young Sharpsville team. The first quarter plus did not go any way near how you wanted it to go, and they came out and made a couple of big plays through the air, then got Curry going on the ground. And when you get all that attention on Curry, fake the trap to Curry, buck sweep, touchdown.
Now Finn Leary, 2 for 2 last week. Snap is high and the kick is blocked. Shell coming off the corner as that operation took a long time. The kick blocked, and it remains 21-6 with 6:52 to go in the first half. The drive, though, 9 plays, 75 yards. It used 5:08. We saw this from Sharpsville last week as well up at Girard, getting down early but able to put together some drives. The Sharpsville team, not a lot of experience, but certainly a lot of fortitude.
Oh, there's a lot of fight in these young Sharpsville kids. We'll see if their defense can step up. They really haven't been close to a stop so far. They've only forced a couple of third downs even. So we'll see if this defense can step up and maybe force a negative play or two and get the ball back to their offense that just had some success.
But an impressive drive, 9 plays, 75 yards. How about the third down completion to Bright to keep the drive going?
Yeah, those are plays you can forget about. But, executing on 3rd and long to get a first down and keep a drive alive. And next thing you know, you've got a touchdown. And Sharpsville gets the ball to start the second half. It's a little too early to start to be looking at those sorts of things. But, if you can have a positive end to this second quarter and you get the ball to start the second half, you can be right back in this game.
So Finn Leary will kick off, has it teed up at the 40 in the middle of the field. Shell, the deepest of 3 men, flanked by Materia on his left. And Copeland on the right. The kick is angled far side. And it's going to be fielded on the 3rd hop at the 15-yard line by Materia. Giving ground, running east to west. Now looking to head upfield. Cuts inside a Concar, out to the 25, to the 30. Materia finally brought down at the 35-yard line. Atkins and McClellan on the tackle, but a nice run back Slow developing, but turns out to be a 20-yard return for the junior, Casey Materia.
A lot of running all from one side of the field to the other. A good return. Back when I played, Briggsy, you would have seen some some attempts at some devastating crack blocks on a return like that. Of course, those are outlawed these days. You're not allowed to throw those crack back blocks. And Greenville did a nice job of not throwing them, but still making effective blocks to help set up a good return.
So 1st and 10 at the 35 on the near hash mark. In motion, Materia. Handoff is to Gentili on a counter. He's hitting the backfield, hit again, breaks one tackle, and is finally going to be brought down by Brennan Hoffman at the 35-yard line. McNutt got a piece of him. A couple of other blue jerseys in there, and Gentili wouldn't go down. Play finally blown dead for no gain.
Well, big penetration by Jordan White, the junior defensive lineman for Sharpsville here, and that was a heck of a run from Gentili just to get a no gain.
Gentili, state qualifier last year at 160, three-time regional qualifier. You could see his strength and his balance there. He took some pretty good shots and didn't go down.
Absolutely. Probably about 15 pounds over his wrestling weight right now.
Materia in motion from right to left. He'll get the handoff on a jet sweep, but a flag thrown by the head linesman across the way. A false start, and Greenville's going to be set back 5 yards. 4th flag of the night on the Trojans. And will now be 2nd down and 15. You can feel the momentum has shifted a bit.
All of a sudden things aren't going so easy for Greenville, and we'll see if they have an answer here.
5:53 to go in the half. 21-6 Greenville the lead, but Sharpsville scoring on its last possession, and now Greenville in 2nd and long. Leskovac and Walker checking out, so presumably a more pass-oriented personnel package for Greenville. Covert goes wide left, Cox slot left, Shell wide to the right. Backs on either side of Thurber in the shotgun. 3-man front, Thurber back to pass, setting up a screen, and over the head of Materia, incomplete. It will be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, there might have been some room out there, but, on a screen pass, you want to let those defensive linemen get some pressure, but there was a lot of pressure right away from Massey and one of his other, Cornelius. Massey and Cornelius were both in there right away, and too fast even for a screen execution.
So now 3rd and 15 for Greenville. Trojans are 2 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. This is the longest one. Cox slot right inside of Covert. That's the short side of the field. Shell wide left. Sharpsville will double team him. Thurber back to pass. Thurber looking, throwing it downfield, looking for Shell. He makes the catch against double coverage down inside the 40-yard line on 3rd and 15. Thurber finds his favorite target.
Well, that was a beautiful pitch and catch. There was not a big window to throw that football. And, corner cover underneath and the safety cover over the top. And beautiful pitch and catch from Thurber to Shell, and picks up a 3rd and long.
32 yards. Shell now 2 catches, 66 yards. Thurber's 3 of 4. And snap a little bit high, but before the play gets going, another false start on Greenville. The Trojans penalized for the 2nd time on this drive. It will be 1st and 15.
And back to the 3rd and long quickly. I don't think there was much reading of the defense going on from Thurber on that play. That was it's 3rd and long. I'm throwing to my stud wide receiver, and we're giving him a chance to make a play, and he threw a beautiful ball.
So it'll be 1st and 15 now back at the 43. Of course, Shell last year, 40 catches, 863 yards, 15 touchdown catches.
Yeah, what do they say? Sometimes it's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Or the Justins in this case.
Or the Justins in this case. And Justin Shell making a huge play for this Greenville offense again.
He'll deploy wide right, Cox slot left inside of Covert. 3-man front for Sharpsville. Backs on either side of Thurber in the shotgun, and the give is to Materia on a quick opener. Gets the penalty yardage back, and then some more down to the 32-yard line. Caleb Conkar on the tackle, but a gain of 11 for Casey Materia. Missed 2024, back this year, and making contributions on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think he just had a couple touches last week, so a concerted effort here by Greenville to get him a few more touches in this game, and he's running well.
2 carries last week for 31 yards. Tonight, 3 attempts for 33 yards. He and Gentili flanked Thurber in the shotgun backfield. Quick screen underneath, caught by Covert at the left numbers. Covert at the 25, and he'll be chopped down by Will Vogan out near the 20-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Cale Thurber's now 4 or 5, approaching the 100-yard mark tonight.
Well, really good blocking out on the edge. That's just a quick wide receiver screen out there. You call it a now route or something like that, where we're just catching and we're getting that ball out there on the edge as quick as we can. And good blocking on the edge and good execution by Greenville. 1st and 10 at the 20. Greenville's return to the McCandless Ford red zone. Copeland is a slot to the right. Handoff on an inside counter to Gentili. Gentili down close to the 10. He'll be about a yard shy of the lead stick, bringing up 2nd and 9. Gentili last week, 10 carries for 51 yards. Already tonight, 8 carries for 61 yards. And you can see an adjustment that Greenville's made. Instead of that double wing tight end formation, they've got a couple wide receivers on the field, and it's spreading Sharpsville out a little bit. And the Sharpsville defense is having trouble.
Shotgun snap back to Thurber. Give to Gentili. Dodges a man. Gentili down to the 5. Gentili pinballing around. Keeps the legs going. And Rudy Gentili will take it in. Touchdown Greenville. Gentili from 12 yards out. Greenville answers. It's 27-6.
Yeah, Gentili looking like what we've seen from Curry on a couple runs so far. The senior running back just refused to go down. He said, Thurber snuck one in from the 3 last time, and Gentili didn't give him the chance this time. He said, I'm taking care of this one.
He scored 13 touchdowns last year. That's his first in 2025. Thurber will hold for Campbell, kicking at the fieldhouse end here. The snap is a roller from Adam Terry, and false start called, so that's actually a break for Greenville.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a false start there, but it looked so discombobulated that it drew the flag. Either way, I think that's a break for Greenville.
Actually, Terry is not the snapper, I believe. It's Gentili is the snapper.
Yeah, a little tired after dragging 3 or 4 guys for a touchdown.
I apologize to Adam Terry for blaming him for something he didn't do. Gentili snap, a little bit low. Thurber gets it down on the tee. Kick by Campbell is up and pushed it wide right. No good. So if he kicks it from the regular spot, it might have been good. Instead, it drifts wide right, and thus it remains 27-6. Touchdown drive, 7 plays, 65 yards. It used 3:38. 3 minutes, 3 seconds remaining first half. Kolten and I will come back with more from McCracken Field after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Buildings and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
3 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the first half. Sharpsville, with all 3 of its timeouts remaining, awaiting the kickoff. Even if Sharpsville, a ball control team, 3 minutes with your 3 timeouts, that's a lot of time.
It is, and we've seen them be able to execute in the past game. So they have done some bright things throwing the football, no pun intended, to both of them big plays to Lincoln Bright. But they've done some good things in the air, so we'll see if they go back to that here. But you also wonder if, defensively, Greenville maybe changing it up, getting away from the man coverage with the short clock scenario. So we'll see.
Ham McCullough and Will Vogan deep for Sharpsville back inside the 15. Campbell on the run-up. Sends this one far side. Ham McCullough will let it bounce. He'll field it back at his own 4-yard line. Coming along the far hash mark, dodges a man upfield to the 15 to the 20. And out close to the 25-yard line is Ham McCullough, the freshman kick returner. But it'll be a long field for Sharpsville with 2:55 to go in the first half. Zach Brown, sophomore special teams ace for Greenville, making that tackle.
Good shiftiness from McCullough there, because they could have been pinned way back after a really nice kickoff that he had to pick up at about his 2 or 3 yard line. But solid return from McCullough, and we'll see if Sharpsville can. And again, Sharpsville gets the ball to start the second half, so I think this is a really big drive for this offense here.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Atkins will deploy wide left. First time we've seen him out wide, normally at tight end. Double wing set, Curry the fullback. And the give is to Curry up the gut. Gino Curry across the 25, and he'll get to the 30. Schuver helps bring him to the turf, but Gino Curry picks up 7 more on the first play of the drive. Curry now 11 carries for 66 yards.
Well, if I was running a wing T offense, I would love either of these fullbacks, Curry or Gentili. They are the prototypical wing T fullback and every wing T coach's dream.
You could probably run some other offenses with those guys, though, too. But,
yes.
But I agree 100%. Concar in motion from wing left, give to Curry off the right side, and Curry will get a yard, but not much more. And a flag at the end of the play as Luke Atkins was tied up with Keith Couvert, and Couvert, they were jostling, and Couvert got the last shot, and he got it right in front of the back judge. And this may give Sharpsville 15 yards and a first down.
Yeah, I think it is. Covert went with the old hip toss. I'm not sure if he's a wrestler here in the winter, but he went with the old hip toss after the good block. I don't think there was anything wrong with the block.
Instead of 2 for the takedown, he gets 15 for the flag.
And so an interesting point here is we've seen a couple unsportsmanlikes where if you get 2 unsportsmanlikes, you're disqualified from the game. I'm not sure that should have been unsportsmanlike. I think that should have been a personal foul. So, hopefully that doesn't come into play later. But that was called an unsportsmanlike as opposed to a personal foul.
It's on Keith Couvert. And 1st and 10 now at the 47-yard line. Gerlach back to pass. 7-step drop, sets up a screen. It's caught by Curry. Curry has a convoy in front of him. Curry to the 45, down to the 41 of Greenville, brought down by Braden Straw. But Gino Curry on the screen picks up a first down, and the clock will stop to move the chains.
Well, really nice execution on the screen there. You let the defensive line get pressure. You dump it to Curry just beyond the defensive line, and he gets in the open field, is able to move the chains. And Sharpsville with their full allotment of timeouts here driving into Greenville territory.
1:30 to go in the half. 3 timeouts, as Kolten said. 1st and 10 at the Trojan 41 on the near left hash. Bright wide left, Vogan slot left. Concar and Hassel wide right. Gerlach in the shotgun, and Sharpsville didn't have 7 men on the line of scrimmage. Quick screen near side caught by Bright. He's brought down immediately by Straw and Calvin, but clock stops with 1:10 to go. The clock's still running. They've lost 10 seconds off the clock. The clock has not stopped, Kolten.
No, it has not. It still has not stopped.
It should have stopped for the penalty to be enforced.
I'm not sure any of these. Now he's getting it.
Yeah, they need to put at least 15 seconds back on the clock, maybe if not 20. It was illegal formation as the 2 receivers on the far side. Neither was on the line of scrimmage.
And I think one was moving at the snap, so.
Yeah, they need to put at least 15 seconds back on the clock. Referee and the back judge are talking. It'll be 1st and 15 at the 46 as they get this ironed out. 27-6, Greenville the lead. Sharpsville moving, however, and the Blue Devils still with 3 timeouts. But the officials are getting together and talking out this one. 4 of the 5 men on the crew tonight. The head linesman across the way is keeping an eye on the down box. And going to come over and tell us.
They're going to go up to 1:20 seconds.
1:20, so that seems reasonable to me.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it should have been in the neighborhood, there, give or take a few. And so 1:20, the clock will start on the ready.
Overall, I think the officials did a nice job of sorting that out.
It does not start in this case. My apologies. Double tight set, receivers to either side. Curry the single back, 1st and 15. Gerlach turn and give over the left side to Curry. Gino Curry gets a couple of yards. Gentili in there, along with McGurr. Pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 12 as the clock approaches the 1-minute mark. 2nd and 12 now for Sharpsville. Blue Devils not really hurrying up here.
Yeah, it's just one of those things with a young team. I just don't know if you have the capabilities of no huddling and those sorts of things.
Double tight set, give to Curry over the left side. Gets a block on the outside. Curry down inside the 40, and he gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Nope, he did not get out of bounds. They keep the clock moving.
I think Sharpsville's going to want to go timeout here.
And you are correct.
That's, the official down here gave a signal to stop the clock, which you'd only do that if it was a first down or if he was out of bounds. So he definitely gave that signal in error. If it's not a first down and if he's not out of bounds, you give the wind the clock signal. So little misleading there, but Sharpsville uses their first timeout to get the clock stopped.
36 seconds to go in the half. The Blue Devils have 3rd and 6 at the Greenville 37. Sharpsville 1 of 3 on 3rd down tonight. Don't forget, after the game, Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game, Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. That'll be in our post game coming up at the half. We'll recap the first half. Certainly a lot to talk about from a scoring and stat perspective, and maybe even more in this final 36 seconds. We'll also look at last night's scores. Take a peek ahead at next week's schedule as well, as league play getting underway for a lot of teams. All that and much, much more. Sharpsville will not be in league play, but playing an old rival tonight, renewing an old rivalry next week. Next Friday night, Sharpsville goes over to Brookfield. That was a fierce rivalry for many, many years.
Yeah.
3rd and 6 at the 37 for Sharpsville. Bright and Vogan wide left. Konkar inside of Hassel to the right. Gerlach in the shotgun. Pass is deflected and incomplete. Getting a hand on it at the line of scrimmage was Swayze Walker. We've called his name a lot tonight.
Yes, good-looking sophomore for this Greenville team. He's been in the mix a lot.
It's now 4th and 6 at the 37, and that play only took half a second, according to the scoreboard. That's a quick passing game, Kolten. 4th and 6 now with 36 seconds to go in the first half. Greenville, by the way, has 1 timeout. And if they get the stop here, and we saw Campbell's leg strength, that we'll see what the Trojans elect to do if they get the stop here.
Well, a big 4th down here for Sharpsville.
Right wide left, Vogan in the slot to the left.
Greenville does have some safeties. Looks like they're in zone coverage here.
Gerlach back to pass. Gerlach under pressure. He's hit. The ball is knocked loose by Cox, and Cox recovers it. Hunter Cox with the 3rd sack of the night. His second, the 3rd for the team, and Greenville will take over at the 46. Gerlach was blasted from the backside, clutching his left shoulder and arm. He took a big hit. Greenville forces the turnover, and the Trojans will have it near midfield with a half minute to go in the first half.
Well, just a huge play from Cox, almost unimpeded to the quarterback with the big hit, the forced fumble, the fumble recovery. I did chuckle. His teammate Horatio Calvin was ready to scoop and run with it, and Cox dove on the football before he could do that, and Calvin had quite the reaction, showing his displeasure with that. But a great play by Cox. Hope Gerlach is all right.
He took a big hit from Cox. Cox, 2-time regional qualifier in wrestling, 77-23. He got a takedown there. 1st and 10 at the 46. Shell in motion, and a pitch forward to Shell around the left side. Shell over the midfield line. Shell to the Sharpsville 40, to the 35, and down to the 32-yard line. The shovel pass forward to Justin Shell. He'll pick up the first down, and the Trojans are well into Sharpsville territory with 15 seconds to go, and now they stop the clock.
Well, the clock never stopped after the first down. So there's
timeout Greenville.
Some
13 seconds to go in the half.
Some struggles with the clock here in
That was like the NFL timing rule there. They probably should be a little bit more time up there, but instead it reads 13 seconds to go.
Well, and Shell's trying to make a play, but he probably should have gone out of bounds there, because if you stay in bounds, the clock starts when the ball is set, or you burn your last timeout. If you go out of bounds, you save the clock and the timeout. So
the timeout and the time are far more valuable than 4 extra yards.
Correct. And Shell's a junior. He's looking to make a play, but that's something that I'm sure Greenville will discuss, some situational football that hopefully you can be better at that later in the year than you are in week 2.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 32 for Greenville with 13 seconds to go in the half. Trojans are out of timeouts. They have accumulated 252 yards in the first half, 132 on the ground, 120 through the air.
No timeouts now, 13 seconds left, ball at the 31. Might be taking a shot to one of these big wide receivers, Covert or Shell, down the field here.
Copeland wide to the right, and Thurber rolling right. Thurber on the move, pursued by Brennan Hoffman. Thurber throws back across the middle and incomplete behind Covert. The clock will stop with 6 seconds to go in the half.
A nice hit from Conkar there. Really, you could see him coming from almost a safety position, coming downhill, and he was going to meet Covert shortly after the catch if he was able to pull that one in.
Thurber kind of hung him out a little bit on that throw, right?
A little bit. In a tough situation, late in the half, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes it is football. Sometimes that's the price you got to pay.
You never did that to your receivers, did you?
I'll never admit to it.
There you go. I believe you. 3 receivers left. Single man to the right is Hunter Cox. Thurber in the shotgun backfield. Back to pass. Could be the final play of the half. Thurber throwing the ball deep downfield towards the end zone, and it is batted down incomplete. As it looked like it was Landon Hassel got a hand in there, and that will end the first half. But the Greenville Trojans on the road for the first time in 2025 will go to the locker room leading by a score of 27-6. Kolten and I will come back with a first half recap, scoring, stats, and more here on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your local Erie agent is Mailer Insurance. Get a quote today at MailerInsurance.com. Mailer Insurance, a Reinhardt's Agency affiliate. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Need top-notch cardiology care? Shenango Valley Cardiology Consultants, part of Meadville Medical Center, is here for you. Serving Mercer County and Ohio, our expert providers offer dedicated heart health services at 2999 Innovation Way in Hermitage, Pennsylvania, and 880 West Liberty Street in Hubbard, Ohio. For appointments, call 724-983-1800 for Hermitage or 330-269-1916 for Hubbard. More info at nmchs.org. Choose Shenango Valley Cardiology Consultants.
When the finest cuts of meat combine with just the right amount of fire and seasonings, you don't need anything else except a fork and a plate. Get ready for the most amazing dining experience ever.
When you're out with your friends or looking for a place to stop before or after the games, Vay's Pub & Grill is the place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday with happy hour daily from 4:30 to 6:30. Vay's Pub & Grill, East State Street in Hermitage.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word AUTO to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
We are back here at Sharpsville's McCracken Field. 27-6 the lead for the Greenville Trojans. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. Aaron Byro in the studio producing our game on Sports Radio 96.7. Lee Gross spanning the camera upstairs here at McCracken Field. The Greenville Marching Band entertaining this overflow crowd here tonight at Sharpsville. And I'm sure probably a few people will post here on our Facebook page of where's the band? Because of licensing, we can't show them. And it's unfortunate, but that's 2025. We apologize for that, but that's, we have to, a preventative measure. 27-6, Greenville the lead. Sharpsville on the short end, and from what we hear, quarterback Brady Gerlach, who was hit hard on the final offensive play of the half for Sharpsville, is favoring his shoulder. Sounds like he's going to be done for the night because of that injury.
Yeah, he may be done, and Sharpsville is not in one of those situations where they have an older quarterback and they're just playing the younger kid. So I don't know what that means for this Sharpsville offense. I guess we'll see. They get the ball to start the second half, so we'll see when they come out.
And we'll see who the backup. The only quarterback listed on the roster is Brady Gerlach. If you look at everybody else's position, halfback, tight end, receiver, so forth. So we will find out. What we understand is they put that left arm in a harness or a sling or some sort of apparatus. So that would mean that his night is done, and hopefully it's more precautionary than anything else.
Right, exactly. With it 27-6, hopefully you're sacrificing the second half for better days ahead. So we'll hope Brady's okay.
We will see who comes out and leads the offense in the second half. As Sharpsville will have the option to receive to begin the third quarter. When we come back, we'll give the scoring recap, the stats, and Kolten will have scores from last night and lots of other stuff on the Lock, Stock, and Barrel scoreboard. 27-6, Greenville leads on Sports Radio 96.7.
To the Sharon American Legion Post 299 and enjoy bingo every Thursday and Friday. First number called at 6:45. Join us for trivia night every Thursday at 6 p.m. Our grill room serves up great food daily, and our kitchen is open Thursday through Saturday from noon to 9. We proudly welcome all veterans to our community. Visit Sharon American Legion Post 299 on East State Street for good company, good times, and a warm welcome.
St. Paul's Without Walls Home-Based Services is seeking compassionate individuals who love to help others and who will nurture meaningful relationships with the clients we care for. Parents with school-age children, college students, retirees, or anyone seeking a role that fits around their life will find this opportunity especially rewarding. Visit stpaul's1867.org/join our team to apply for a companion or care partner position with St. Paul's Without Walls Home-Based Services. St. Paul's is an equal opportunity employer.
Imagine a bathroom that's not just a room, but a sanctuary. At Warner's Homes and Improvements, they believe in taking the time to get it right. That's why they are proud to introduce their bathroom installation service, where done in a day is a thing of the past. Experience the difference of a bathroom designed for you, not the clock. Visit Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or at warnerconstruction.com. Warner's Homes and Improvements, where your bathroom is our masterpiece. Don't rush perfection.
The 21st Century Energy Group is the leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. For over 50 years, they have provided quality heating oils, propane, heat, gasoline, diesel, and lubricants to Western Pennsylvania and Eastern Ohio, with 7 locations including Newcastle, Grove City, Conneaut Lake, and Erie. The 21st Century Energy Group is your locally owned neighborhood fuel provider. Call them today for your home heating or commercial fuel needs at 1-800-922-5454. And don't forget to follow them on Facebook or visit them at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
Ready to hit the road with confidence? Mancino's Driving School is your go-to destination for top-notch driving education. Whether you're a teen or an adult, Mancino's experienced instructors ensure you're equipped with essential skills and safety tips. Offering flexible schedules and personalized lessons, Mancino's Driving School make learning to drive convenient and effective. Visit our website at mancinosdrivingschool.com to enroll today and begin your journey toward becoming a safe, independent driver.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
There we go, and welcome back. Too many buttons to push here. It is halftime at Sharpsville's McCracken Field, 27-6. Greenville with the lead. The scoring recap in this one. First four. In the first quarter, it was Greenville taking the lead at 9:55 of the first quarter. Cale Thurber, 23-yard touchdown run, capping a 4-play, 47-yard drive. Logan Campbell with the extra point, and it was 7-0 Greenville. Trojans double the lead at 5:45 of the quarter. Justin Shell, 34-yard touchdown catch from Cale Thurber. 3 plays, 68 yards on the drive. Campbell's extra point made it 14-0. Then with 9 seconds to go in the opening quarter, Thurber, a 3-yard run on a sneak, his second touchdown run of the night. 6 plays, 55 yards, 21-0 after the Campbell extra point. However, Sharpsville gets on the board with 6:52 to go in the half. Will Vogan, 7-yard touchdown run, capping a 9-play, 75-yard drive. It used 5:17, extra point blocked, and it was 21-6. Greenville gets the touchdown back, 3:03 to go second quarter. Rudy Gentili, 12-yard touchdown run, 7 plays, 65 yards on the drive. Extra point no good, 27-6, and that is our halftime score here at Sharpsville High School. The stat summary in this one. Look to get those up on our screen for everybody, and they are not showing up. Well, in the meantime, you will just have to listen. So they worked last night, but not working tonight. Anyway, for Greenville, Trojans 132 rushing yards, 120 passing yards, 252 yards on 23 plays, an average of 11 yards a play. Greenville 11 first downs. Sharpsville 64 rushing yards, 56 passing yards, 120 total yards on 27 plays. Sharpsville 8 first downs. For Greenville, quarterback Cale Thurber, 5 of 8, 120 yards and a touchdown. Rudy Gentili, 9 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown. Case Materia, 3 carries, 33 yards and along a 19. Cale Thurber, 3 carries, 26 yards and 2 scores. Justin Shell, 3 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Leskovac making his 2025 debut, 1 catch for 20 yards. Keith Covert, a 12-yard catch. For Sharpsville, quarterback Brady Gerlach, 4 of 7 for 56 yards. But again, he left after being sacked by Hunter Cox late in the first half, and Gerlach will not return from what we've been told. Gino Curry, 14 carries, 77 yards. Vogan, 3 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Lincoln Bright, 2 catches for 44 yards. Gino Curry, 2 catches for 12 yards. Greenville, 3 of 3 on third down. Sharpsville is 1 of 4. Greenville, 7 flags for 50 yards. Sharpsville's been penalized 4 times for 35 yards. 27-6 is our halftime score. And Kolten, you have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update to kind of recap last night, as well as update us on a couple of the games going on tonight.
Yeah, most of the action last night. We'll catch you up on the county teams. Mercer, in Lakeview, Route 62 rivalry, if we can make up a name for that matchup. Mercer, 14-6 winner over Lakeview. Reynolds, a 38-6 win over Maplewood. Reynolds moves to 2-0 on the year, as does Mercer. Farrell, a big win, 45-3 over Fort LaBeouf. They're in the win column after a difficult loss to Hickory week 1. Hickory beats University Prep, a Pittsburgh City League school, 41-24. They moved to 2-0 on the year. Wilmington falls 28-21 to Hubbard, Ohio. My former head coach, Brian Hoffman, still leading the Hubbard Eagles. No relation, but still leading that Hubbard team to a win over Wilmington last night. Sharon, a heartbreaking loss, 43-41 to Cathedral Prep, which that was a great game. And, Wilmington, Farrell, Sharon, Hickory, we've got some very quality teams that are showing their stuff already early this year. Grove City, 43-7 winner over Fairview last night, and a game being played tonight. Slippery Rock tied at 7 with Franklin at the half.
And In Major League Baseball, the Pittsburgh Pirates taking second in a row from the Boston Red Sox, 10-3 today. Johan Oviedo gets his second win, so the Pirates, they've won the series from the Red Sox, who are, of course, in the thick of the AL pennant race. Pirates go for the sweep tomorrow, so Pirates, they've been playing some better ball, certainly, under Donnie Kelly.
Yes, they definitely have. And
we will have the Pirates tomorrow here on Sports Radio 96.7. 105, the pregame, and first pitch at Fenway Park will be 1:35. 27-6 is the lead for Greenville. We'll take a break and come back with the second half. Greenville and Sharpsville, the 84th all-time meeting here on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Lock, Stock, and Barrel is a full-service deli with party rings and meat and cheese trays available. Located in Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville, they are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 7 and Saturday from 9 to 3, closed on Sundays and Mondays.
I just bought a used car.
As did I.
Mine has a slight dent in the driver's side door and a few other minor scratches, but hey, considering the deal I got, I can live with a few imperfections.
Well, I got the great price without the imperfections.
Whoa, there's no way that's used.
DK Auto LLC is a veteran-owned and operated used car dealership in Grove City. And with DK Auto's attention to detail, were it not for the title, you'd swear you're driving new. See the amazing selections at DKAutoLLCPA.com.
When you're a grower, you know what it takes to thrive in the field. My bank understands and respects that. When you've got a financial partner working alongside you, it makes the days a little easier and the numbers all add up. My bank has experience when it comes to agriculture. My family's been doing business with them for a long time. I'm independent, and so is my bank.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay, are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Mailer Insurance is local. Mailer Insurance lives where you do, and we'll give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't at a fair price. And they are always here to talk. Mailer Insurance in Sharpsville or at mailerinsurance.com, a Reinhardt's Agency Incorporated affiliate.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
We are back here at Sharpsville High School, McCracken Field. Tonight, Greenville and Sharpsville getting ready to start the second half, along with Kolten Hoffman. Ryan Briggs with you here on Sports Radio 96.7. After the game of the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. A few college football scores to pass on today, as earlier today it was Penn State defeating Nevada 46-11. So the Nittany Lions, they were a big favorite going into that one, and they defeat the Wolfpack today.
They didn't cover. But
they did not. For those that are interested in such matters, they did not. So depending on how what Kolten did, maybe it would be nicer Sunday dinner with Mrs. Hoffman tomorrow. I don't know, or otherwise you'd be talking to the speaker in the drive-through. But the Nittany Lions winning. Pitt with a win today, 61-9 over Duquesne. And they were calling that the city game, although it was more like I don't know what it was. It was. Wasn't much of a game. Pitt up 14-0 after one, 34-6 at the half. So the Panthers defeating Duquesne. Ohio State holds off Texas today 14-7. So have to think Ohio State probably going to jump the number one in the polls ahead of Penn State, who's 2. But
I would think.
But you beat number 1, and you're number 3. You probably should be number 1. And it was West Virginia pulling away from Robert Morris after a slow start.
The big upset of the day, Florida State beating Alabama 31-17, I believe was the final there. And Florida State went 2-10 last year. But, with this transfer portal, it's like a draft and free agency on steroids that
it is.
You can basically revamp your team in an offseason, and they did.
And Florida State has been good, and Mike Norvell can coach. But they obviously
and they
have rehabilitated the roster.
And they have resources.
Yes, they do.
So,
and of course, so does Alabama. But
yeah,
Kalen DeBoer, he's
Nick Saban. He is not.
I think Alabama folks, they're going to classify him as maybe like Mike Dubose or Ray Perkins.
Yeah.
But so Alabama falling today. The local teams of interest, Pitt, Penn State, Ohio State all winning. The small colleges, they get underway next week. Westminster, a Thursday night game against Marietta. Teal, a Friday night game next week against Concordia of Illinois. And so next week, interestingly, Greenville's home for Cambridge Springs at Stewart Field. Teal's home across town. You have to figure out the chain gang situation because they use the same crew. So if you're looking for something to do, they'll need
call Ben Brunetta.
That's right. Yeah, 2 chains and a down box, or call Isaac Collins at Teal. Either way, the athletic director there. But that's kind of just one of those funny things. Doesn't happen ever.
No.
But with Teal playing an out-of-town team, they're playing Friday night.
You'll be able to see for miles downtown Greenville next Friday night.
It'll definitely be lit up, both at Stone Snyder Stadium at Stewart Field and Stober Field, Alumni Stadium over at Teal. Lots of names involved.
Lots of S's.
Yes. And speaking of S's, Sharpsville will receive the kickoff from Logan Campbell. Greenville going left to right in the third quarter. Campbell on the run-up, and the second half is underway. And caught on the run-up by Ham McCullough at the 13-yard line. Termar Ham McCullough to the 25, to the 30, bouncing outside. There's a flag behind the play. And getting out past the 40-yard line is Ham McCullough. Vance Cornwell, one of the special teamers for Sharpsville, lost his helmet behind the play, but the penalty, I think, is going to go on him for a hold back inside the 25-yard line. So Sharpsville will face a long field with a new quarterback. And we don't know who it's going to be with Brady Gerlach sidelined.
I think Gino Curry is talking to Coach Piccarelli right now, and he was taking some shotgun snaps in the end zone.
Suppose it may be Landon Hassel because he's over there also.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a little single wing type action or some Tim Tebow ball here where you're going to snap it to Curry and let him run, but we will see.
So that's the subplot at this point. The penalty marked off back to the 15-yard line, and Sharpsville begins this drive deep in its own end with 11:50 to go, third quarter, taking over at the 15-yard line, and we'll see what the Blue Devils do. And looks like Curry's the one doing the talking in the huddle.
I think so. I think it's gonna go with the direct snap to Curry option here. Which Curry's he's an athlete. I'm sure he can throw a football, and but it is a completely different responsibility than being tailback.
He is alone. He'll get the snap, and he's going to run over the left side. Curry out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Calvin finished him off. Saw Materia in there on the tackle as well.
They're going to mark his knee down back at about the 18 or so. But
so I apologize. The drive started at the 10. So, a pickup of 8 out to the 18-yard line.
A very nice play, and that's exactly what it was. It was it's almost like, hey, block your guy. I'm going to run with it right now. And the first play was a positive one for the Blue Devils.
So it'll be second down and short. The snap goes to Curry. Curry over the right side, gets to the 20. Close to it. He'll be a little bit short. And that'll bring up third down and short upcoming.
It just seems like Sharpsville's had a little more success running behind the left side of that offensive line tonight as opposed to the right side. On the left side, the right side of Greenville's defensive line, you have to deal with Jaden Schuber, 340-pound defensive tackle. But on the right side, you have Hunter Cox, who's a really nice player at defensive end.
3rd and 2, snap back to Curry. He will take it over the right side and get the first down. Gino Curry out to the 25-yard line, and Sharpsville with its second third down conversion of the night.
Just an interesting operational note. Gerlach in the first half and last week was running to the sideline to talk to Coach Piccarelli and getting the play call every play. It looks like Landon Hassel is the runner now. Curry is running the football, but he is not running to the sideline to get the play call. And that's very common in high school, send wide receivers the play in with a wide receiver.
Hassel's a wing left, Vogan slot left. Curry gets the snap. Curry over the right side. Curry will be cut down at about the 28-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Curry. You talked about Curry being able to throw. He was 14th in District 10 in the discus last year for West Middlesex's track team. Now, obviously, it's a different throwing motion.
Yes.
Throwing a football that way would be entertaining. But certainly, you talk about his athleticism, that if he has to put the ball in the air, that probably can send it a good ways.
Yeah, and he did also participate on the baseball team for West Middlesex last year as well, kind of a dual sport spring athlete. So he knows what to do with a ball in his hands.
Excellent coaching at West Middlesex in baseball.
Good players.
Well, good coach, too. 2nd and 6. Curry will throw it near side and incomplete. Intended for Vogan a little bit high. It'll be now 3rd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Good spiral and good velocity on that throw. A little high. And Greenville's defensive backs, I've been impressed with Greenville's defensive backs. They can close the ground quickly, and they were barreling down on Vogan there.
From a Greenville standpoint, preparing for what essentially is a single-wing offense, it's probably going to require a little bit of chalk talk on the fly, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, wing T and single wing would definitely have some similarity, so I don't think there's too many principles that completely change.
But you do have the extra blocker.
Correct.
Curry out of the shotgun. He will get the snap, trying to get around the right side. Curry does. He's outside the numbers, the 35. Gino Curry hauled down out of bounds on the far side by Cale Thurber. McGurr also in on the tackle, but another third down conversion for Sharpsville. Back-to-back third down conversions. The Blue Devils will have a new set of downs at their own 38. Curry picks up 9. He's over 100 yards tonight, 103 on 19 carries.
Yeah, I think they're going to pass to give Curry a break. That's when they need Curry to take a breath, he's going to pass the football here.
He's trying to catch his breath.
Yep. And, I carried the ball as a quarterback, at times, and it is tough. It's tough to run the football and call plays in the huddle, and so he's being tasked with a lot right now.
Double wing set, receiver to the left as well. Curry will look to get around the right side. He is hit and cut down. Kyle McGurr in on the stop. So a pickup of about a yard. And the thing, too, not only Curry running, but he's delivering some blows, but he's also taking some shots.
Oh, without a doubt. It's the pros and the cons of being a running back and right now a running quarterback. And, it looks like Concar's calling this play in the huddle, and I've done that at times. You land on the football wrong, you don't quite have your wind. I remember telling wide receivers, go ahead, call this play, buddy. I need a second.
2nd and 9 at the 39. Curry over the left side this time. He is going to be hit and dropped at the 40-yard line. Braden Straw, outside linebacker, the sophomore, making the tackle. Straw, converted defensive back. If you tackle like that, you can see why Coach Mike Mettleton and staff moved him to linebacker.
Yeah, really nice play there, fighting off a blocker. It looked like Curry had some room to run and really didn't have anywhere to go. Curry's coming to the sideline talking to Coach Pick and really trying to catch his breath. He's a little gassed right now.
3rd and 8 at the 40. Now he will jog back to the huddle, and you start to wonder about the 40-second clock.
Yeah, they're going to have a tough time with this one.
3rd and 8 at the 40. Sharpsville with 2 third down conversions already. Back judge has his hand up, down to 5, down to 4. Now timeout Sharpsville. So Blue Devils take time with 7:29 to go in the third quarter. Blue Devils, a promising drive, but another third down upcoming. 3rd and 8 when we come back. Greenville leads Sharpsville 27-6 on Sports Radio 96.7.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
3rd and 8 upcoming for Sharpsville from its own 40. Ryan Briggs, Kolten, Hoffman with you tonight here at McCracken Field. Sharpsville, a couple of third down conversions on this drive, but 3rd and 8, never easy.
Well, and you say, why can't Curry just hand the ball to someone else? Well, it's just probably not something he's practiced very much, if at all.
Yeah, the handoff is more than just handing off, but he does hand off to Vogan here, trying to get around the left side, spins away from McGurr, and then is drilled as coming over to make the tackle, Keith Covert. Vogan pops up. Covert now gets back to his feet. Both men had a full head of steam. Pickup of 4 for Vogan. Will Vogan. And that's 4, and it'll be 4th and 4. They get half of the yardage, and the offense will stay on the field.
And very nice run by Vogan there, and very nice hit. Again, these Greenville defensive backs deliver some punishment when they show up on the scene. But, it is much easier to hand the ball off from the shotgun than it is to run the wing T from under center. There's a lot of footwork involved for a quarterback to do that.
Bright, wide right, Hassel in the slot. And Curry will give it to Vogan, but a flag on the play as the receivers were not set. Hassel was moving, and now it is going to be 4th and 9 after the false start.
Yeah, and you just can't have that. It's 2 sophomores out there splitting out wide, but you just can't have that confusion on who's on the ball, who's off the ball. They never got set, so it's a false start. And that's the mistakes from a young team that just really hurt you. You just cannot have those types of penalties. And Curry doesn't know to look out there and make sure everyone's set. I mean, that's, so Sharpsville's facing a real uphill battle right now.
And without the true quarterback, is a slot guy an adjustment. Akins to punt, gets away a good one, but false start against Sharpsville. It'll be the 7th flag of the night.
Again, that was Vogan out there that time, and he just never got set out there as the gunner on the punt team. He just was not out there and set before they snapped the ball, and if all the players on the offense don't get set, it's a false start.
So Akins to punt. His first kick of the night was a 29-yarder. Greenville has Materia at his own 40, and then Shell about 15 yards behind him. Snap is good. Kick is away, end over end. Materia, the short man, will field it at the 46. He's in the Sharpsville territory. And then he's going to be hit by Bear. Now here comes the rest of the cavalry. Luke Atkins in there along with Vogan. But Greenville begins its first drive of the second half just past midfield with 6:23 to go in the third.
Well, their first drive of the game started in Sharpsville territory thanks to a big kick return from Justin Shell, and it didn't take them long to score after that. Let's see if this Sharpsville defense has an answer here to start the second half.
Greenville will begin this drive at the 48-yard line. Greenville scored on each of its first 4 possessions. Then the last drive of the half ended at the Sharpsville 32 as time expired. 27-6, Greenville the lead. Trojans scored 21 in the first quarter. Sharpsville cut it to 21-6. But Rudy Gentili's 12-yard touchdown run made it 27-6. And movement up front again. And a false start on Greenville. Now the Trojans will be set back onto their side of the 50. 8th flag of the night on Greenville, 7 for Sharpsville. We're seeing a lot of week 1 penalties in week 2.
Yes, and again, I go back to not having 2 scrimmages. So everything is just a little, you're just getting ready for a game so much faster than you ever did before. And you can see it. Yeah, they marked that off. They're going to fix it here.
Well, they didn't fix it enough.
They didn't fix it enough, but
they should.
Still,
so I think all those extra yards here and there have evened out. But it's 1st and 15 at the 47. The give is to Case Materia. He will bounce over left tackle, get to midfield, and then be swallowed up by several blue jerseys. We see Conkar in there, Hoffman, White, Michael McLaren, the cornerback as well. Pickup of 3 to midfield at 2nd and a dozen.
It's been a very good day so far for this Greenville offense, and I've been very impressed with Cale Thurber running this offense. Just his second start at quarterback. He's done a really nice job. We saw one fumbled snap early in the game, but he's done a really nice job distributing the football, throwing the football. He's running this offense well.
2nd and 12 from the 50. Copeland in motion. He will get the shovel forward from Thurber. Copeland trying to turn the corner, cuts inside a Concar, and then is flattened by Jordan White. Gain of about 7 for Copeland, but he paid for it. It will bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Jordan White played linebacker for this Sharpsville defense the last couple years. He's moved down to the defensive line. He's a big boy, but he can run, and he delivered a nice hit there. Really nice play on the tap pass, which when I was in high school, we handed it off, so those did not count as passing yards. But
you might still have the all-time passing record if you did that.
The tap pass became the vogue thing to do about 10 years later, and quarterbacks, that boosts a completion percentage and those yards passing.
3rd and 5 from the 43. Shell in motion right to left, and he will get the tap forward, trying to sweep around the left side. He has the first down, and then is spun out of bounds inside the 35, down to the 32. Michael McLaren on the tackle, but Justin Shell picks up 11 yards, and Greenville now 4 for 4 on 3rd down tonight.
And Justin Shell's one of those players that, you almost don't realize how fast he's moving until you see him running past other players on the field. And just watching him turn the corner and pick up that first down, and you're like, wow, that's a good athlete out there, and he can really run.
All-state performer last year. Off to a great start here in his junior season.
3-sport athlete for Greenville.
And pretty good on the basketball floor as well.
And on the baseball field.
1st and 10 at the 32. Thurber rolling right, throws it downfield, and it's caught by Hunter Cox. Cox tackled by Bright on the near side, but Hunter Cox with his first reception of the night. 5th different man to catch a pass from Thurber. Pickup of 6 for Cox.
That's a really nice pitch and catch for this Greenville offense. A really good throw from Thurber. That's a very difficult route to defend as a high school corner. It's that sort of outside breaking comeback route, and Thurber out on the run, pitch and catch, and you get 7 yards or so. That's really well done.
Thurber now 8 of 11 for 144 yards. Backs on either side of him in the shotgun, and the give is to Gentile, his first carry of the second half. Rudy Gentile inside the 20, getting some help from his lineman, the pile moving, and Rudy Gentile is going to be knocked out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Greenville picks up its 13th first down of the night, and the Trojans have returned to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, your one-stop shop in Mercer and Meadville. It'll be a gain of 9 to the 17 for Gentile.
It's a really patient run from Gentile there. He does a really nice job of sort of finding his way through the first layer of defenders before hitting the go button and really putting his head down, and he's tough to bring down after he does that.
1st and 10 at the 17. Thurber in the shotgun. Thurber throws a screen left side. Keith Couvert on the catch. Couvert outside the numbers. 10 to the 5. Dives to the pylon. He's short, but a flag comes in at the end of the play, and perhaps they'll get Hunter Cox for a hold on the perimeter.
Yeah, it was a good block, and then he just held on too long. He really had done a nice job. If your defender gets away from you and makes a tackle after 8 or 9 yards, you've done a nice job. He just held on a step or two too long. Those hands get away from the body. And unfortunately, when you're out there in space, there's no one else to look at besides you and the ball carrier, and the official on the side caught him there.
So the flag, 10 yards from the spot. It'll be 1st and 14. Couvert's second catch of the night. He's wide left. Copeland slot right inside. Couvert to the right. In the slot man is Copeland. Back to pass Thurber. Thurber has time now, flushed out to the left, being pursued by Atkins. Thurber on the run, throws it downfield. It's intercepted. Intercepted back of the 5 by Ham McCullough. Ham McCullough giving ground, gets a block, dodging men. He's back to the 5 and now heading upfield near side, and he'll be cut down at the 15-yard line as Horatio Calvin came over. McCullough coming up with the interception, and the Sharpsville defense holds.
Well, really nice play by McCullough, but Thurber's really disappointed in himself. We talked about young quarterbacks at the outset. That was a poor decision from Thurber. He had Roman Massey barreling down on him. He was about to take a hit, and you just got to throw that one out of bounds. It was first down, 1st and 14. You have more downs to use. If that's fourth down, sure, throw one up. But that's first and long, and Thurber, just a poor decision to just blindly throw that one downfield. Goes right to McCullough, and McCullough picks up the big turnover for Sharpsville.
Well, the first turnover of the night by Greenville. Each team with one turnover. Curry gets a snap, goes over the left side. Gino Curry out across the 25 to the 27. He'll pick up 10. McGurr and Swartz on the tackle, but Gino Curry picks up a first down. One thing, Curry playing only offense, at least had a chance to rest up a little bit during that Greenville possession.
Well, it's, when you're getting 28 carries last week, 25 carries this week, probably he'll be on track for. You do have to save. I think a Sharon back in the heyday and how their tailbacks were amazing, but they didn't play defense because they were toting the rock 20 to 30 times a game.
Curry out of the shotgun. Will go around the left side. Gets a block from Massey, but then runs right into the teeth of the defense. Cox in there, Thurber, Swayze Walker. Pickup of a couple on the play. It's going to be second down and 8. Of course, Curry was an all-region linebacker last year, but the emergence of Luke Adkins as a sophomore and then Brennan Hoffman, a returning letter winner at linebacker, it gives Sharpsville a little bit of a luxury to not have to play Curry on defense.
Yeah, and if you can do that, that's great. There's not a lot of schools that can get away with that. And we'll see if that doesn't, or if there's not certain times he plays defense later in the year. But with them relying on him so much on offense, it's an understandable decision, especially early in the year.
Sorry, Kolten, second and a long 7, low snap, squirting around, and then ends up Curry jumping on it back at the 23-yard line as he got a worm burner there. Recovered by Sharpsville, but it will be third and long.
And when you're a wing T team, now you're in the shotgun. You just don't get as many reps as at these shotgun snaps as, say, a Hickory or a Farrell that are in the shotgun almost exclusively. Those centers are getting so many more shotgun snaps in the summer and preseason.
Timeout Sharpsville, 1:29 to go in the third. Blue Devils will have third and 14 when we come back on Sports Radio 96.7.
Hello, Shell Restoration. May I help you? Hello?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep. Or the part that tells me what button to press.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate, 800-663-8103, or look for @Shell Restoration on Facebook.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
1:29 to go, third quarter. Sharpsville facing third and 14 from its own 23. Along with Kolten Hoffman, Ryan Briggs here tonight. Lee Gross manning the camera upstairs for our Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook video feed. Aaron Byro producing our game in the studio. Our video sponsor tonight, American Legion Post 299 in Sharon. Third and 14, Curry in the shotgun. Curry back to pass. He's going to send one downfield looking for Hassel. He goes up and makes the catch. Hassel, when one-on-one with Shell, comes up with the catch. And now it flags at the end of the play, and I think they're going to get Hassel for something post-play.
Yep.
It's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, well, that was a great throw from Curry, a great catch from Hassel, third and long. They pick it up, but I think they're going to give back a big chunk of that yardage because just a young team making young decisions.
It's a gain of 24, it would appear, on the catch. And we'll see what the penalty is. The officials get together, but Hassel made the catch, and then I think that he told Justin Shell about the catch.
Yep. And you can celebrate. You just can't stare down at the opposing player who's laying on the ground while you do it.
And now what comes into play is we believe it's a post-play penalty.
It should be.
So it would be first and 10 at probably the 32.
Yep, and the officials are discussing, just making sure they work this out. But it should still be first and 10.
Okay, there was a penalty upfield for
which
illegal. I did not see that one.
I didn't see that one either. So I'm not sure if that gets.
So that
yeah, there is a. I can see it now. There's a penalty down here on the near side of the field.
Okay, the unsportsmanlike.
So
it's a dead ball penalty.
It is a dead ball penalty.
So the Greenville penalty is declined. The Sharpsville play counts, but then the penalty is administered 15 yards from the end of the play.
And we should have first and 10 from there.
It should be first and 10 at the 32. So now we'll come over and get things ironed out. But yeah, it should be, now they're going to move the chains on the far side. So first and 10 at the 30. Well, the lead chain guy isn't moving. No, the down box says 3. But
it should be first down.
It should be. It was a dead ball penalty.
I think they're going to get it straightened away.
They're calling, but it was a dead ball penalty. The play was over. It should be first and 10.
It should be. Yeah, this is not being administered correctly.
So Curry will run and will get nothing. The referee put his hand up. That's a dead ball penalty.
Yeah.
And now it's fourth down.
And it's clearly a dead ball penalty. He caught the ball, was laying on the ground, and then stood up and got the taunting penalty.
Because otherwise, it would have been offsetting penalties on the play.
Right.
So that's
this is, yep.
So now the ball went back to the 32, and
yeah, I'm we'll have to get the
so it's going to be fourth down and Akins to punt, Akins to punt. Fields the snap on a hop, line drive far side, hits it midfield, and will go along the sideline in front of the Greenville bench. But if it's not a dead ball penalty,
then it should have been offsetting penalties. Correct. Or else why would Sharpsville decline the penalty?
Right, because they gained 24 yards on the completion. So
yeah.
Greenville's going to take possession.
Yeah, it just was not administered correctly.
Unless if there's an oddball rule that we don't know about, we've both been involved in a lot of games. It does not make any sense.
No, that happened after the play. Yep, that just was not administered correctly here tonight.
The punt went out of bounds to Sharpsville 49, 18-yard kick. 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Thurber turns, toss to Gentili. Gentili breaks out of the pile, far side 35 to the 30. He'll be knocked out of bounds by Jordan White as time expires in an entertaining but scoreless third quarter of action. Greenville on top, 27-6. We'll come back with quarter number 4 after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Erie Insurance. They offer first accident forgiveness and the service I deserve at a price I can afford.
Your Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291.
Erie Insurance services are provided by one or more of the following insurers: Erie Insurance Company, Erie Insurance Property and Casualty Company, or Flagship City Insurance Company, home offices Erie, Pennsylvania, or Erie Insurance Company of New York, home offices Rochester, New York. An equal opportunity insurer.
Need top-notch cardiology care? Shenango Valley Cardiology Consultants, part of Meadville Medical Center, is here for you. Serving Mercer County and Ohio, our expert providers offer dedicated heart health services at 2999 Innovation Way in Hermitage, Pennsylvania, and 880 West Liberty Street in Hubbard, Ohio. For appointments, call 724-983-1800 for Hermitage or 330-269-1916 for Hubbard. More info at nmchs.org. Choose Shenango Valley Cardiology Consultants.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Teams change ends. Ball at the 28 of Sharpsville after Rudy Gentili's run. Greenville leading 27-6, moving right to left towards the scoreboard. White jerseys, blue numbers and letters outlined in gold. Blue pants with gold trim, blue helmets for Greenville. Sharpsville, blue tops, blue bottoms. White numbers and letters, white trim, white helmets for the Devils. Double wing set for Thurber. Brings Materia in motion. Case of Materia cutting back to his right, dodges a man, and will be cut down at the 25-yard line by Jordan White along with Luke Atkins.
Jordan White is very active in the middle of that defensive line for Sharpsville. I think you can see his linebacker background chasing ball carriers down. And that cut from Materia looked almost, he had a big run in the first quarter. It looked almost identical to that, but he was not able to get through that second level of the Sharpsville defense. 2nd and 7 from the 25. Turn toss to Gentili, bouncing outside, trying to outrun the pursuit, and he is going to be hit and driven out of bounds on the far side as Lincoln Bright, the cornerback, able to track him down, using those long strides to cover a lot of ground, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 7 for Greenville with 11:17 to go in the 4th. And that's one of the better back-to-back plays we've seen from this Sharpsville defense. They're able to make Gentili bounce it, which is not ideal for him. That's not what he wants to do, and they're able to string him out, and Bright was able to finish the play. 3rd and 5 here for this Greenville offense. Let's see if they go back to that bootleg with Thurber. Trojans 4 for 4 on 3rd down. Shell in motion from wing left, and the give is to Gentili into the middle of the line, and he is going to get nothing. Might have even lost a little bit of yardage as coming through Roman Massey, also in there for the Devils. Gabriel Davis, senior, out there at defensive end. Gentili stopped for no gain, and it's going to be 4th down and a long 5, short 6 for the Trojans. Yeah, I think you'll see Thurber out on the edge here. I think you'll see a run pass, a double threat here. Shell wide left, Gentili in motion from wing left. Thurber sprinting out to the left. He's going to tuck it and run. Thurber to the 20, 15, to the 10, to the 5, tiptoes the sidelines, and he's going to be out of bounds short of the goal line, but Cale Thurber will convert on 4th and 6, but back upfield in the middle of the field, a flag as ever the players stepped away, and you can see the flag among the feet down there, and a goal-to-go situation. Looks like it's going to be not for Greenville. Well, that was the play I thought was going to come on 3rd down. They go back to it on 4th down, and Thurber, you could see his wheels getting to the edge there, but there is a flag in the middle of the field, and we'll see what the call is here. Greenville uses Thurber's skills very well, as it is a hold against the Trojans, but could you imagine him running a triple option or wishbone type offense in the old days? Yeah, and they have some elements of that here with some of the wing T type stuff that they're doing. But yeah, he's a good athlete. So the hold was a little bit downfield. Downfield, yeah. So the ball goes back to the 29, gain of 5 for Thurber. That makes me think it's someone that's just did too much finishing their block to be 5 yards downfield and get that penalty. 4th and 11, Thurber back to pass, rolling right. Thurber looking. Now he will throw it downfield, looking for Shell. He makes the catch, touchdown Greenville. Justin Shell's 2nd touchdown of the night. 10:20 to go. It's 33-6, and Thurber put that one right on the money. That's a great throw from Thurber. It's Shell just kind of snuck all the way across the field behind the defense. It's when you're rolling out to the right, you've got that back receiver just sort of running deep down the middle of the field, and a great throw from Thurber, and another touchdown for Justin Shell. And see, the difference between that throw is that's 4th and long. You can throw that one to Justin Shell and not worry about it. Shell now 5 catches, 128 yards. Thurber 10 of 14 tonight for 179. And he's run for 2 touchdowns. He has 210 yards of total offense tonight. Campbell to attempt the extra point out of Thurber's hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. And the kick is not. Pushed it wide right. So it remains 33-6 Greenville. That drive, 6 plays, 49 yards. It used 149. Greenville closing in on win number 1. We'll come back with more from Sharpsville after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
On out to the Sharon American Legion Post 299 and enjoy bingo every Thursday and Friday. First number called at 6:45. Join us for trivia night every Thursday at 6 p.m. Our grill room serves up great food daily, and our kitchen is open Thursday through Saturday from noon to 9. We proudly welcome all veterans to our community. Visit Sharon American Legion Post 299 on East State Street for good company, good times, and a warm welcome.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Welcome back to Sharpsville. Greenville extending the lead. First points of the second half. 33-6 Trojans leading. And Logan Campbell will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Ham McCullough and Will Vogan deep. Kick angle to the near side, and Tremar Ham McCullough fields it at his own 10. Ham McCullough working towards the middle of the field. A little bit of running room, and then he's going to be cut down by the coverage unit for the Trojans. As downfield, it's Rudy Gentili doing a little bit of everything tonight, down in kick coverage. And will be a long field for Sharpsville with 10:15 to go. Rudy Gentili, it says running back, linebacker, but you can just put FP on the roster for him, right?
Yeah, he's on every special team. There's probably not many plays in a football game that he won't be on the field.
Because he's even the snapper for PATs.
Right, right.
He scored a touchdown earlier, then had to snap.
Yeah, being the quarterback, I at least got to not participate on some of the special teams. But
you got to do that as a freshman, right?
Yeah, I got to do that before I was the quarterback.
And the holder for the decisive extra point in the D10 title game as a freshman in 03, right?
I did hold a little bit, but as far as running down on kickoffs and stuff, I didn't have to do that anymore.
1st and 10, the ball knocked loose, and it's picked up by Roman Massey. Curry on the run. Ball popped out of there. Roman Massey, the starting offensive guard, coming up with the recovery. So.
And I didn't even see that ball get picked up. That was in a pile, but Massey must have been on a knee on the ground when he picked it up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened, or if the officials just lost sight of it. I don't know.
That's going to turn out to be just a no gain after all that. So the Devils maintain possession. As we're down to 9:40 to go. Curry tonight, 25 carries, 117 yards. He's getting the play call from head coach and offensive coordinator Paul Piccirilli. Coach Pick took over as the play caller last year after longtime offensive coordinator Lenny Grandy retired. 2nd and 10 at the 23. Lincoln Bright goes wide left. Hassel slot left. Concar's a wing to the left. And the handoff is fumbled in the backfield. Curry will fall on it in the backfield back at the 19-yard line. And as you said, Kolten, there's so much more to handing off than just putting the ball in the guy's breadbasket.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something you just can do. It still takes practice. It still takes reps. It still takes timing. It's just not as easy as sticking the ball out and letting someone else take it and run.
Loss on the play, back-to-back fumbles for Sharpsville. 3rd and 12, back at the 20 with 8:42 to go.
And again, if you're just joining us, Sharpsville's quarterback Brady Gerlach got hurt late in the second quarter, and not a real backup on the Sharpsville team here. So Gino Curry is receiving the snaps and playing quarterback.
3rd and 12, back at the 20. And Gerlach was blindsided on a pass play. Curry back to pass. He's going to air one downfield looking for Bright, and it is intercepted by Shell at the 47. Shell upfield to the 40. Justin Shell 35-30. Shell to the 20, to the 15, and then he's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Greenville will begin this drive in the McCandless Ford red zone, perhaps.
We do have a flag.
There's a flag back up field at the 25-yard line. Justin Shell, he had 11 interceptions last year, led Mercer County. Gets number 1 this season. And we'll see where the ball is placed with 8:04 to go. Justin Schell certainly throwing his hat into the ring for our Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game award. The officials will sort out this one. There's a block in the... They call a block in the back against Sharpsville.
And usually that just comes from a cheap shot behind the play.
But wouldn't that be a personal foul?
Yeah. If you hit him in the back, it can sometimes be called a block in the back.
So they'll go from the 15, and where are they?
Looks like
it should be half the distance. They're going 10 yards.
They did go, yeah. Where are they marking this? At about the 5, 6?
So first and goal from the 6, turn toss to Gentili. Gentili cutting back to his left, and he will slam in for the touchdown. Rudy Gentili, second touchdown of the night, 7:58 to go, and the turnover results in a quick 6.
Well, it's that flip power play. We've seen it a lot from Greenville tonight. Been very successful. And Gentili walks his way in for another touchdown, his second of the night.
Gentili approaching the 100-yard mark. In fact, he went over 100 on that carry. Now 101 on the night. And now Campbell on to attempt the extra point out of Thurber's hold. Kick is up and off the scoreboard and good for Campbell. Greenville leading 40-6 with 7:58 to go. We'll be back with more after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Cuts of meat combined with just the right amount of fire and seasonings. You don't need anything else except a fork and a plate. Get ready for the most amazing dining experience ever.
When you're out with your friends or looking for a place to stop before or after the games, Vay's Pub & Grill is the place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday with happy hour daily from 4:30 to 6:30. Vay's Pub & Grill, East State Street in Hermitage.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Buell Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Campbell to kick off. Squibber near side, and it will go out of bounds near the Sharpsville 25. So Blue Devils can take it at the 35 or ask for a re-kick. They also have a third option. They could take it 5 yards from where it went out of bounds, but that would not make sense in this case. But if it went out of bounds, say at the 33, then it would.
Yep, I think they're taking it at the 35.
As is usually the case.
Looks like Greenville has the 2s in, so get your roster out, partner.
I have it right here. And you know what I like about this roster? It's organized well. Both rosters are, but nice Arial font, 12, maybe 13 point here, easy to see. My eyes are still good, but bigger's always better in this case. So Curry in the shotgun. Has Hassler right to his left. Curry around the right side, runs over a man. Curry breaks a tackle. Gino Curry to the 30. Curry to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Gino Curry. A 65-yard touchdown run. And Gino Curry putting together a very nice night under some somewhat adverse conditions.
Yeah, that'll be a nice capper to the night for him. Not some of those JV defensive backs did not enjoy tackling Mr. Curry.
So the the conversion upcoming. Gino Curry, 180 yards tonight.
And I'm guessing that will be one of his last carries of the night. But I also don't know if Sharpsville has anyone else to take very many snaps.
And that's the thing, too. If you're somebody, so Greenville subs in, and just because of some injuries tonight, Sharpsville's so young to begin with.
Right.
It's not like you say, put the young guys in. They're already in.
And as we mentioned, Sharpsville doesn't have another player listed at quarterback on the roster. Not even a JV quarterback. So Sharpsville's in a tough spot. But, Gino Curry gets his first touchdown of the year.
The Greenville player who was helped off was Tavane Williams, a junior defensive back who was on the receiving end of a Gino Curry shoulder. So the extra point forthcoming from Finn Leary, who is 0 for 1 tonight. Cadence Thomas will hold. Kicking at the goalpost to the right, the fieldhouse end. Snap is high. Kick is up. And it is good. A little bit of an unorthodox operation, but they get up through.
Yeah, Justin Schell wasn't barreling down off the corner to block that one this time.
40-13 with 7:45 to go. We'll take a break, come back with a kickoff. You're listening to high school football on Sports Radio 96.7, Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Place where you or a loved one can thrive with a community that cares? Discover the Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where independent living meets peace of mind. Our private apartments offer the freedom to live on your terms with personal care and daily assistance available if needed. Short-term stays are also available. For more information or to schedule your in-person tour, visit rwsv.org or call 724-347-0998. The Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where comfort, care, and community come together. Equal housing opportunity.
Introducing healthcare for all ages at the Sharon Community Health Center. From newborns to older adults, Dr. Barry Siegel, ABFM certified family practice physician, is now accepting new patients of all ages. Compassionate, high-quality care awaits, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Plus, Sharon Community Health Center offers behavioral health and pain management services. Call 724-347-5229 or visit SharonCHC.org to schedule your appointment today with Dr. Barry Siegel. Sharon Community Health Center, 92 West Connolly Boulevard, Sharon, Pennsylvania.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Leary to kick off. Angle to the near side, fielded at the 20-yard line. That's Materia on the run back for Greenville. Case of Materia out across the 25 to the 27. That's where Caleb Conkar will corral him. Greenville will put the ball in play with 7:39 to go, and still see some frontliners out there for the Trojan offense.
It looks like the Greenville first offense is back out there right now. We should mention that the continuous clock goes into effect at a 35-point deficit, and Greenville kicked the extra point after their last touchdown, and it was a 34-point deficit.
Of course, Campbell had missed a couple. You want to get his confidence, though, too, under game conditions. Handoff will come on a counter around the left side for Case of Materia. Upfield to the 35. Materia outside the numbers of the 40. And out of bounds the 46. A gain of close to 20 on the play for Case of Materia. Boy, the Trojans are glad to have him back this year.
Yeah, he's a good-looking back. Mostly in that wing back position, taking some of those power flip powers, some of the counters.
He's rushed for 60 yards on 6 attempts tonight after that 21-yard rumble.
He hit a big 30-yard run last week, only touched it a couple times, but one of them was a good long run.
Greenville tonight now 200 yards rushing, 201 to be exact, 179 through the air. Good balance tonight from the Trojans. Gentili in motion, gets a toss from Thurber. Gentili cuts up the gut. Gentili to the 45 of Sharpsville, spins out of a tackle. Gentili to the 40, and then he'll be brought down by Conkar, along with a couple of teammates. We see McNutt downfield. Gentili takes the ball in the Sharpsville territory. That'll be the 17th first down of the night for the Trojans, down to the 41 of the Blue Devils. Gentili adding to his total, 112 yards tonight, along with 2 scores.
Yeah, good performance for the senior back. And, as we get into league play, Greenville's got to be one of the heavy favorites in that region, too.
Double wing set, McGurr checking in. He'll get the toss from wing left. Going over the right side, Kyle McGurr cutting back to his left. McGurr to the 30. He's the 25 to the 20. One man to beat. Gets away from Vogan to the 5. Dives. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Kyle McGurr. Kyle McGurr, a 41-yard touchdown sprint with 6:21 to go.
Well, that was a very impressive run. Breaking tackles, cutting back across the field. Spinning, falling, diving. For a guy that doesn't get a ton of carries, that's got to feel real good.
And a guy might be putting himself in position to get a few.
Yeah, he's one of those glue guys. You see him, we've called his name quite a few times on defense tonight, but I'm sure he plays a more important role on this Greenville team than he might get notoriety for.
Campbell on to attempt the extra point with 6:21 to go. Thurber to hold. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and he hooked that one to the left. No good. 6:21 to go, 46-13. Greenville with the lead. Reminder, after the games, we'll keep it here. Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game, Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. We're going to put our heads together on those awards tonight. There have been a lot of candidates for both of those.
Yes.
We've had some big plays in all three facets tonight. Last update we had was Slippery Rock leading Franklin 13-7 in the fourth quarter.
The Rockets look to get their first win of the year if they can hold on.
Franklin had goal to go, fumbled at the 1, and Slippery Rock recovered. So they have about 8 minutes to go in that one, and Slippery Rock looking to get win number 1, leading 13-7. Rockets will host Sharon next week in the league opener.
I think that's going to be a little bit different caliber of opponent for Slippery Rock based on their first 2 weeks of opponents.
These teams will, well, I should say Greenville begins league play next week, hosting Cambridge Springs, who probably is the other, well, I would say the other co-favorite in Region 2, or maybe number 2 to Greenville. Sharpsville had an open date with Kennedy moving to 8-man, but the Blue Devils will go over to Brookfield next week.
Yeah, and just, looking at comparative scores is always tough, but Wilmington played Hubbard very tough this week.
Kickoff fielded by Ham McCullough at the 16, brings it up the middle of the field, now bouncing outside to the 30, and Tamar Ham McCullough out past the 35-yard line.
Wilmington played Hubbard very tough this week, 28-21 loss, and Hubbard really put it on Brookfield week 1. So, I'm not sure what that means in the big scheme of things, but all in all, in a pinch, it's a good game for Sharpsville to pick up, I would think.
So they have a lot of history, great rivalry. I mean, really, the schools border, if you think about it.
They
we
do.
may not necessarily think about it, but they do, and used to play regularly. Of course, we ball out to the 39-yard line. If you go back into the history books, when the Keystone Football League formed back in took the field in 1981, Brookfield was supposed to be part of it. It was going to be the Penn Ohio League, but Brookfield, whatever reason, the OHSAA didn't allow it, so it just became the KFL. But those teams, Sharpsville and Brookfield, played seemingly just about every year for a long time. In fact, 1978, when Brookfield won its state title over in Ohio, last game of the season defeated Sharpsville 26-5.
And what makes scheduling, we see some Ohio-Pennsylvania matchups.
New quarterback Michael McLaren, he'll take the snap and go around the left side of McLaren, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Go ahead, Kolten.
But what makes things difficult to schedule between Pennsylvania and Ohio schools is that each state operates on 2-year cycles, but they're off cycle from each other. So every time Ohio updates their 2-year cycles and schedules, Pennsylvania's in the middle of their 2 years. So it's really difficult for athletic directors, particularly in football, to get those sorts of games on the schedule.
Personal foul penalty on Greenville will be a 15-yard add-on, and it'll take the ball across midfield, and Sharpsville picks up a first down. But fortunate that the Sharpsville can go over, and Brookfield beginning the season 4 straight home games for the Warriors on the new turf.
Well,
that's a very nice facility right behind the high school.
Yeah, it is. It is. And, sometimes when you get left without a game like Sharpsville did, sometimes you're driving hours to play a game before you can find someone. So very fortunate that Brookfield can play. And
First and 10, McLaren around the left side. McLaren inside the 25, down to about the 20-yard line. Michael McLaren, starting cornerback, getting some work at quarterback here in the fourth quarter. And hey, who knows, maybe the Blue Devils might find something here in this next 6:05.
Well, yeah, and, we've hopefully Brady Gerlach's injury is not long-term, but if it is, you need a solution. And, I don't think snapping the ball to Gino Curry every play is the solution. You need someone to fill in there.
And McLaren's a guy that's been on the field, starts at corner. He's a senior. They don't have many seniors here. Perhaps he's a guy that they look to and say, can you run things? Can you turn and hand off to Curry? I mean, that's and the other backs, we'll see. But it's first and 10 at the 22. 5:50 to go, rolling clock, fourth quarter. 46-13, Greenville the lead. McLaren gets the snap, trying to get around right end. He's going to be hit and brought down from behind as he could not outrun Hunter Cox. He's one of the he may be the only starter still out there for Greenville at that left end spot. Also in there was Vincent Covert, a freshman. That's a loss of 2 on the play.
And he's now out. You don't want anyone getting dinged up in a 33-point late in the fourth quarter type of scenario.
Cox got himself one more TFL before he checked out. A couple of sacks tonight.
And he's a good-looking player. Very impressed with him at his defensive end position. 6'2", 175-pound junior for Greenville.
Second down and 12, back at the 24. Bright wide left, Hassel slot left. Concar's a wing to the right. McLaren will hand it off to Ham McCullough over the right side. Tamar Ham McCullough down to about the 16-yard line. Tackle made by Callan Weiland. Sharpsville back into the McCandless red zone. Your one-stop shop in Mercer and Meadville, McCandless Ford. Tamar Ham McCullough takes it to the 15. It will be third down and a long 3, call it 4, with 4:25 left.
You can see there's talent on this Sharpsville team. It's just young. It's very young talent. And you could see the strength, the poise, the maturity from these upperclassmen at Greenville really made a big difference tonight.
Third and 4. McLaren will hand it off to Ham McCullough. He'll cut over the right side. And he is stacked up near the 10. He'll have enough for the first down. Tamar Ham McCullough brought down by McGurr.
Maybe. I don't think they've signaled it.
Well, let's see. I thought it was enough for the first down.
I think they're going to mark him about a half a yard short.
Now they're going to put it down at the 13. So, yes, Kolten, you are correct. I thought he had a little bit more progress, but the officials had the good viewpoint. He's marked a yard short. So it'll be 4th and a yard at the 13 with 3:30 to go in this one. Bright deploys wide left. Hassel slot left. Atkins is a tight end to the left. Concar wing right. 4th and 1 at the 13. McLaren fakes the handoff, sweeps over the right side. Michael McLaren will be upended. Ball comes out at the end of the play. Michael McLaren able to pounce on. Looked like he was down anyway. Either way, it's a 4th down conversion for Sharpsville.
I think they're going to mark it. I think we'll have a goal-to-go situation here.
Let's see. The guys with the chains are still up, and
either way, it was a nice run by McLaren. Good cut, get vertical, and get the first down. It looks like they're at about the 10 and 6-inch line.
Yep, so the chains are up across the way, so this officially becomes 1st and 10 from the 11, although it's more like the 10 and 1/8. 2:27 to go. Blue Devils looking to get a touchdown on the board here. Working towards the fieldhouse end at McCracken Field. High snap. McLaren with it. He's going to be hit and spun down in the backfield. As coming through was Zach Brown to bring down McLaren for a short loss.
Not
Brings
the
up
singer.
Second down.
Not the singer.
It is not the singer. Different spelling.
Okay.
This Zach has the K on the end. It'll be 2nd and 11 at the 12.
Always good for these young guys. Get a little run on Saturday night. In this case, under the lights. A lot of these JV games are played in the morning or right after school, and they don't get too much action under the lights.
Really good crowd here tonight. It's thinned out somewhat with the game having been decided, but you could not have found a seat in the bleachers on either side. A lot of people circling the fence.
Yep. Good old-fashioned crowd at the Pines.
So now 2nd and 11 at the 12. McLaren is going to come under center. And he's going to take a knee with 1:12 to go, and that's I think a very responsible decision.
Yes. Yep. One more kneel down, and
the young guys got some work tonight.
They did.
You hear down the stretch in the fourth quarter, but don't want to at this point somebody getting hurt.
Sharpsville still has starters out there. Concar and Bright and.
Again, they're such a young team.
You're right.
That's
right. Yeah, I wasn't saying that as a negative.
Yeah, it's just that's how it is.
That's the position they are in. They do not have backup tight ends and wings to go to, and
one more snap, and Michael McLaren takes a knee, and that will do it tonight here at Sharpsville's McCracken Field. The Greenville Trojans, a balanced and explosive offensive performance tonight, 432 yards. Greenville gets its first win of the season. Trojans are 1-1. Your final tonight at Sharpsville. Greenville 46, Sharpsville 13. We'll come back with a post game after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live.
Group is the leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. For over 50 years, they have provided quality heating oils, propane, heat, gasoline, diesel, and lubricants to western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio, with 7 locations including Newcastle, Grove City, Conneaut Lake, and Erie. The 21st Century Energy Group is your locally owned neighborhood fuel provider. Call them today for your home heating or commercial fuel needs at 1-800-922-5454. And don't forget to follow them on Facebook or visit them at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
When the finest cuts of meat combine with just the right amount of fire and seasonings, you don't need anything else except a fork and a plate. Get ready for the most amazing dining experience ever.
When you're out with your friends or looking for a place to stop before or after the games, Vay's Pub and Grill is the place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday with happy hour daily from 4:30 to 6:30. Vay's Pub and Grill, East State Street in Hermitage.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call, and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in, and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Finney sent you.
I've worked hard to make my house a home, and I expect my insurance to work hard too. That's why I'm with Erie Insurance and my local agent. They offer the service I deserve, the coverage I need, all at a price I can afford.
Your local Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291 or visit reinhardts.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
The Fifth Quarter Show is brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Insurance solutions to help you accomplish your goals. And now, proud sponsors of the Player of the Game.
We will have the Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game coming up here in our post game. Greenville a winner tonight, 46-13 over Sharpsville, along with Kolten Hoffman. Ryan Briggs with you tonight at McCracken Field. Kolten, Greenville, a nice bounce back. Sharpsville, a lot of good things, but a young team that's learning some lessons these first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, very impressed with Greenville. Just a very clean performance, especially on offense. Gentili, Materia, Thurber, Shell, Leskovac. I mean, they've got some weapons, and they really looked good tonight.
Scoring recap in this one. Oops, there we go. Greenville jumped out to a 7-0 lead. 9:55 to go first quarter. Cale Thurber, 23-yard touchdown run. Logan Campbell, the extra point. That made it 7-0. The lead grew to 14-0 at the 5:45 mark. Justin Shell, 34-yard reception from Cale Thurber. 14-0 the lead for Greenville. Trojans make it 21-0 with 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Thurber, a 3-yard touchdown run. Campbell's extra point, and it was 21-0. However, Sharpsville battles back. 9-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. He used 5:17. Will Vogan, 7-yard touchdown run at the 6:52 mark. Extra point blocked, and it was 21-6. Greenville then answers. 7-play, 65 yards on the drive. Rudy Gentili, a 12-yard touchdown run. Extra point, no good, and it was 27-6. That was our halftime score. That was a score after 3 quarters. And then in the fourth, Shell catches a 29-yard touchdown pass from Thurber. Extra point, no good. It was 33-6. Gentili, a 6-yard run. Campbell's extra point made it 40-6. Gino Curry, a 65-yard run for Sharpsville at the 7:45 mark. That was 13 seconds after the Gentili score. Finn Leary's extra point made it 40-13. And then with 6:21 to go, Kyle McGurr, a 41-yard touchdown run to make it 46-13. And that is our final tonight. Team numbers, Greenville tonight, 253 rushing yards, 179 passing yards, 432 yards on 40 plays tonight, an average of 10.8 yards a play. But you love that offensive balance. Certainly have to be able to, as you talked in the pregame, run the ball, stop the run. But if you can throw effectively, which Greenville did, that's going to help out that running game.
Yeah, it's just a multi-dimensional offense is so valuable in football, at all levels, but especially in small school, high school football. When you can run it and you can throw it, you just make it very, very difficult on opposing defenses.
So 432 yards tonight for Greenville. Sharpsville finishes with 278, 198 rushing yards, 80 passing yards, 278 on 54 plays. Sharpsville with 15 first downs. For Greenville, quarterback Cale Thurber, 10 of 14, 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Shell, 5 catches for 128 and 2 scores. Keith Covert, 2 catches for 18 yards. Jackson Leskovac in his season debut, a 20-yard catch. Zach Copeland, a 7-yard reception. Hunter Cox with a 6-yard catch. Rudy Gentili leading Greenville on the ground, 14 carries for 112 yards. Casey Materia, 6 carries for 60. McGurr, 1 carry for 41 yards and a touchdown. Thurber ran 4 times for 31 yards and 2 scores. And Shell had a 9-yard carry. For Sharpsville, Brady Gerlach, 4 of 7 for 56 yards before being injured on the final offensive play of the half for Sharpsville. He did not return. Gino Curry took over at quarterback, went 1 of 3 for 24 yards, intercepted once. Lincoln Bright, 2 catches, 44 yards. Gino Curry, 2 catches for 12. And Landon Hassel, a 24-yard reception. Curry led Sharpsville, 27 carries for 180 yards. Michael McLaren, who took over at quarterback in the fourth quarter, 5 carries, 23 yards. Will Vogan, 4 carries, 16 yards and a score. And Tremel Ham McCullough ran it twice for 11 yards. Penalties tonight, we had a bunch in the first half. As we pull it up, whoops, there it goes. Greenville, 11 penalties, 90 yards. Sharpsville, 9 for 79. Sharpsville, big edge in time of possession, 32-30 to 15-30. And a few defensive numbers of note for Greenville. Hunter Cox, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery tonight. He was a force on that defensive line. Horatio Calvin with a sack. Justin Shell with an interception and a blocked extra point. And Tremel Ham McCullough, an interception for Sharpsville. Greenville wins at 46-13. Time now for our post-game awards. And we start off with the Lock, Stock, and Barrel play of the game, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel here in Sharpsville. Kolten, no shortage of plays tonight, certainly, on both sides, but especially for Greenville. And we'll go with, at the 3-minute mark of the second quarter, Rudy Gentili's 12-yard touchdown run. It was a great run, number one. But secondly, just after Sharpsville had gotten on the board, made it 21-6, that really was kind of the answer and, the pivotal moment in the game tonight.
Yeah, it was. You thought Sharpsville had a chance to get themselves back in the game. But that drive, capped off by the Gentili run, really put the exclamation point on it that Greenville was not going to be contained tonight. And Gentili had himself a whale of a ball game. Over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, a really nice performance from him tonight.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel and Sports Radio 96.7 are proud to honor Rudy Gentili for tonight's play of the game. And in recognition of the play of the game, money will be placed into a fund in the name of Rudy Gentili. At the end of the season, we will name one play of the year from all of our top plays. The play of the year's football program will be awarded a cash donation courtesy of Lock, Stock, and Barrel right here in Sharpsville. To see the list and to listen to the audio of all of our plays of the game, go to sportsradio967.com and click High School Sports. Congratulations to Greenville running back Rudy Gentili. His 12-yard touchdown run with 3:03 to go in the first half. That is the Lock, Stock, and Barrel play of the game. And that award, as always, powered by Landmark Information Services. And now for the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game Award. Reinhardt's Insurance is pleased to present the Player of the Game Award, or in this case, we're going to make it plural tonight, Players of the Game. And a number of candidates for Greenville with Gentili. We talked about Hunter Cox, the two sacks. Horatio Calvin was all over the place. But tonight, we recognize Cale Thurber and Justin Schell. Thurber tonight, 10 of 14, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also ran for 2 scores. And was out there a lot defensively as well in the secondary. Justin Schell, 5 catches, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and a blocked extra point. They are 2 of the top juniors in the area.
A long kickoff return, a long punt return. His total yards had to be up there as well. But, 2 really, really bright spots. 2 juniors for this Greenville football team. A really bright future ahead for this season and next.
Yeah, Schell, 232 all-purpose yards tonight. And Thurber with 210 yards of offense, rushing and passing combined. So they will be our co-Reinhardt's Insurance Players of the Game. And in conjunction with Sports Radio 96.7, Reinhardt's Insurance is proud to honor Cale Thurber and Justin Schell of Greenville for being named the Players of the Game. Both young men will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of The Laundryman in Hermitage. For more information, you can go to thelaundryman.com. Congratulations to our Reinhardt's Agency Players of the Game, Cale Thurber and Justin Schell. Our Player of the Game Award powered by Landmark Information Services as well. Greenville a winner, 46-13.
Final score, Briggs. Slippery Rock pulls away late, 26-7 winner over Franklin.
So congrats to head coach Larry Wunderus and his crew getting win number 1. No open league play next week against Sharon. Franklin dropping to 0-2. I believe Franklin plays Warren next week in what should be a big-time battle in their region up there in 4A. Both those teams looking for a victory. Next week, we don't know where we'll be, but league play getting underway. The first 2 weeks have been fun, but we start putting the W's and L's in conference play, things get cranked up a whole bunch, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It just means a little bit more.
So I want to thank the folks here at Sharpsville, Superintendent John Van Noy, Athletic Director Madeline Hoffman. You know her. I believe you met. It's Kolten. It's Kolten's wife. Most of you probably knew that, but she's also doing a great job as the athletic director here. Great hospitality from everybody here at Sharpsville. We thank them for that. Back in the studio, Aaron Byro producing our game and doing an outstanding job as always. Thanks to our cameraman tonight, Lee Gross. Lee, doing great work as well. Thanks to Bob Greenberg, our sports director and sales manager. Kolten, always fun working with you. I look forward to doing it again here sometime soon.
That'd be great.
For my partner, Kolten Hoffman, this is Ryan Briggs saying so long from Greenville, or from Sharpsville. I don't even know where I am now. From Sharpsville, Greenville will win the night 46-13, and you heard it here on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live, brought to you by American Legion Post 299 in Sharon. Have a great night and a safe Labor Day weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
To high school sports on the Cumulus Sports Network. Tonight's game has been brought to you by
Bill McCandless Ford, located in Mercer and Meadville. The Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, but the service that makes them better. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs since 1973. Meadville Medical Center, your independent community health system. Shell Restoration, the area's leading installer for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. St. Paul's in Greenville, and the Ridgewood at Shenango Valley Senior Living Communities. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, banking but better. Attorney Bill Motor, excellence, experience, and integrity. UPMC Health System, changing healthcare, changing lives. Mercer County State Bank, community-minded since 1911. Mancino's Driving School, where safe driving starts. Vay's Pub and Grill, make it special, make it Vay's. The Sharon American Legion Post 299. Strong advocates for veterans and their families. Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958. Hermitage Rotary Club, offering hope for those struggling with prescription opioids. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. DK Auto LLC in Grove City, specializing in Southern vehicles up to $15,000. The Laundry Man, helping you spend time doing what you love, not laundry. Reed and Daly Associates, providing accounting and income tax services for over 30 years. Minuteman Press in Hermitage, specializing in digital print, design, and promotional services. Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding, offering exterior upgrades online at pennohiorc.com. Sharon Community Health Center, providing compassionate and affordable health care. 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in fuel delivery. Please thank these outstanding sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts throughout the season on News Talk 790 WPIC and Sports Radio 96.7.
This concludes our coverage of high school sports. We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.